Boop. Already, we are live. Maybe someone say something.
We're live?
Booyah, we're live. There we go.
Yay!
Hi.
I am Ominous Giggle, the DM for this campaign, joined by two of my lovely players right now. The third one will be coming along in like 4 to 5 minutes to an hour, just because they are trapped at work. And our fourth player is currently celebrating their birthday. So, happy birthday, Jeanette!
Happy birthday, Jeanette!
Happy birthday.
We'll sing happy birthday to them later. Once Mel gets in, we'll all sing happy birthday, we'll clip it, and we'll send it to Jeanette.
Yeah, let's do that.
We will. Yes, this is, oh god, session 42? Yeah, I think 42.
Wait,
Session 40.
This is the meaning of life. This is the
meaning of life
session
campaign
that we've been waiting for.
Suddenly
man.
Dragons.
No!
The meaning of life is dragons!
Ah!
No. It's suddenly Dragon's treasure. That's what we're here for. We're here for treasure today.
We'll see. We're on to session 42 of Severity OG campaign, our homebrew D&D adventure. We play every second Sunday at 5 p.m. PST right here at twitch.tv/rollforseverity, swapping week to week between the OG campaign run by myself and the MW campaign run by Miss Wolfinger. The Miss Wolfinger Wolfinger's campaign has been moved earlier to start at noon PST, just because one of our players is now on the other side of the globe, and so starting at midnight is not exactly fair to them. But anyways, if you're looking to watch, rewatch, or catch up on past episodes, subscribers have access to the episodes immediately after they air over on our channel's VODs. For those who aren't subscribers, all episodes are uploaded to YouTube 1 week after they initially air, usually if I remember, and don't forget, for a week. I'm good at my job.
It helps when it's not, apocalypse now outside.
Yeah, I will absolutely utilize the blisteringly hot heat made my brain melt excuse for as long as I possibly can. But sooner or later, the weather's going to cool down, and I'm going to have to just admit that, no, I'm just an idiot.
It was like 17 degrees today and raining. It was beautiful.
I got no rain. Fuck you. Send that rain my way. God damn it. I want the rain. My backyard is dead.
Yeah. The grass in southeast Edmonton is dead.
Yeah, if someone lights a match, the entire southeast corner of Edmonton is just going to go up in flames.
Going up in flames.
But anyways, you also can find us on YouTube by searching Roll for Severity, or simply click the link that is somewhere down below the stream. As I said before, I'm Ominous Giggle, the DM for this campaign. I'm joined by my fan-sided players. We got Not Nathan and Jamie here. As I said, Mel will be joining us later. Jeanette will not be joining us today because it is their birthday, and we can't expect for them to get dragged into this on their birthday. But before we get underway, we can expect them to, but we can't fault them for not. Because show up for D&D, spend time with family, and cake.
Yeah, both are very hard decisions to come by, personally.
That's fair.
If I had D&D and cake at the same time, at the same place, that is incentive to do both.
That is fair, and there may or may not be cake when we have our first in-person session again. As the celebratory of, fuck yeah, we're back in person, we can see people, and there's going to be fucking cake.
You fucking bet your ass it's gonna be cake.
There's gonna be fucking cake.
There's gonna be cake and puppies and streamers.
Nope, no puppies, just kitty.
I just realized
no puppies, just kitty.
We have back-to-back birthday weekends for this campaign because Jeanette is this week and I'm the day before next session.
So Jeanette's is today, yours is then the 17th. Yeah. July's a lot of birthday months because there's my birthday somewhere in there too.
We just need cake.
There's gonna be cake. Lots of cake. Anyways, it's getting derailed off of cake.
Pinterest D&D cake.
It's gonna be Actually, my mind just goes back to the Dragon Age cake that we had. That thing was fucking beautiful. I think I still have pictures kicking around of that.
Cakes are beautiful. We like cakes.
We do.
Anyways.
Anyways, each month we donate a portion of all income generated by Roll for Severity to charity. This includes that from direct donations, bits, subscriptions, and sales from the store. This month's charity is the Jed Foundation, a non-profit group that exists to support mental health and suicide prevention of teens and young adults. For more information on the Jed Foundation, you can check out their website at jedfoundation.org or on Twitter at jedfoundation. 2. The Roll for Severity store is up on tpublic.com/user/roll-for-severity, or you can click link down below the stream. More things will gradually be added to the store as time goes on, and it also helps fund, cake. Now,
cake.
without further ado, to Theo and Kay. What happened last time?
We went scuba diving.
Yeah, we decided to track down the hidden cave where the dragon we slayed a few sessions back made birth. Is that the correct term? I recently watched clips. I recently watched clips from Pirates of the Caribbean because pandemic and I'm bored. And so we're going
to make birth is to land.
Yeah.
To bring your vessel up on land is to make birth. So I hope you're not bringing your vessel up on land.
It's fine. Wherever the dragon kept its shit. So yeah. So we scuba dived, and we entered a cave.
And we met some sharks. That was fun.
First we met some sharks.
You met Bruce, yep.
Yeah, we met Bruce.
That was just a grand experience that I never want to repeat.
And then immediately afterward, we had an epic fight with a roper, I'm completely blanking on the names.
Dark Mantle.
A dark mantle, and that friggin'
Piercer.
And a piercer. So
that the roper kept putting back up on the roof and dropping on you again.
Fucking ropers.
Just no, maybe not. Thanks.
And then we got on a discussion of ninja ropers.
Why?
Why would ninja roper?
Why would you do that?
That throws piercers like ninja stars? No.
That's just.
Get out of here.
That's not nice.
It already has a 50-foot reach. Fuck off.
But anyways, so
either way,
you encountered the piercer, the dark mantle, and the roper, and the party did put some work in on them. If I remember correctly, Annah moonbeamed Theo.
Yeah.
Correction, the roper moonbeamed Theo with Anna's moonbeam.
Yeah. That's okay though.
A great deal of things happened.
Yeah.
A great deal of things. Anna and I were grappled by it, and basically it was trying to bite us, and we just kept swinging out of the way.
Very much a Cusco and Pacha moment.
Yeah.
What is it? I think it was the Dark Mantle tried to suffocate me, and I turned into some smoke, and I was like, wee! And I think it was Anna cast the Ray of Light, or whatever, the Orb of Light, to dispel the darkness, which completely changed that combat, which was great. I appreciate that greatly.
Definitely changed it in your guys' advantage, yes.
It was very interesting. Past trauma from other D&D sessions just immediately kicked in.
Gotta love trauma. That's what we're here for.
That thing's casting darkness. How about no daylight?
Yeah, darkness spells are wonderful things.
Not when they're used against you.
But yeah, after that, the session ended before we could find the treasure.
Yeah.
Hopefully we find treasure today and not another dragon.
Suddenly more dragons.
I said nothing.
You know what our DM will do if we keep bringing shit up. It works with his narrative if he just plops something in.
I can't help that I'm not trusting you. I've been burnt before.
You give him ideas.
They're not ideas if I'm just saying what's already in his head.
See, but that's the thing. They're not always already in his head.
There's a lot of things in my head swirling around.
It's just whether or not they're at the surface being actively
Actively
affecting our
plotted upon.
campaign.
Yes. But I am. The party willed that dragon into existence, and so now the dragon is a thing.
And so this entire tangent of a side quest began.
To be fair, that session you would have probably had a fight of some sort to kick your ass. It just happened to be a dragon this time instead of what I originally had planned. So
I mean, that's. I have a lot of shiny new things coming our way. Whenever we finish with this treasure and get to go back to town and get our item upgrade. It'd be great.
Because you had a whole bunch of stuff there. Where was I? So as the encounter with the other inhabitants of Gaunt's lair had ended, the party had taken a short break to rest, tend to their injuries, and prepare to venture deeper into the lair. Had you guys rolled your hit dice to regen health before we ended last session, or had we decided that we were going to do a short rest and then ended the session without rolling for hit die?
I know I rolled a hit die before. I don't know if...
I'm pretty sure we all did from the strict line that I'm pretty sure I said at the end of it of, can we do this now so we don't forget to do it later? And I know I did, so...
I'm not sure if just because Anna still had half health.
Yeah, Anna still had... so I will... let's roll some hit... I cannot, unfortunately.
Yeah, I will roll a hit die.
Roll a hit die for Anna.
How many? 8. Let's roll 2 hit die, see what that gets. Oh, it doesn't actually, I don't think. So, Anna's hit die is...
I just had to roll 1.
Plus 2. Roll 2 hit die for her. If you would be so kind, Theo. So 2d8.
I cannot.
Well, no, like just in roll 20.
Oh, just in d20.
20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2d8 plus 2. Or 2d8 plus 4, I guess it'd be.
Sorry, my goldfish brain.
Oh, good.
Sting! I rolled a 6.
Nice!
You're welcome, Anna.
Alright, so Anna is back to full health.
That should put her back up to full.
Spiffy.
Cool.
And so Anna taking her short rest there as well. Spiffy.
Yep.
And so as the... Actually, you guys were in...
We were in a cave.
You were in... Here.
Oh.
And the Roper is dead, your Fireball is gone, Piercer and Dark Mantle are also gone. You also had this buddy with you.
Oh, right! This human dude!
This human dude. Do you remember what this human dude's name is?
He's a hunter. His name... God damn, what the fuck is his name? Joe Bias.
Yes.
That sounds accurate.
That is Joe Bias.
Right, Joe Bias, and we, for the life of us, have determined that it's not a T, it's not a J, it's a T, for whatever reason.
It's J. It's Joe Bias, not Tobias.
He hasn't commented on when the rest of us have said anything, so it's probably fine.
He gets it a lot. But the party has had their time to kind of rest, recover a little bit, and tend to their wounds. And the cave does lead further in. There was the large hole here in the ground level. There was the broken wagon that Sylvania had taken a look at and had not seen anything in, of at least nothing of value.
Yes, I believe we reasonably searched this room, though if I recall correctly, Syl wanted to take this skull and acquire it to put on to craft with something later.
Before we move, make sure that we look up on the roof, because chances are, where there's one roper, there's more.
Cool. So, because Theo is sharing this information, or this strategically important information, Kay is going to pull out some of the ball bearings he has in his pocket, or in his bag, because he has a lot of them.
Except you don't have your bag.
Right. We went. Right. I'm naked.
Kay, Kurt, yeah. So you don't have your backpack with ball bearings.
I don't have any of my fun stuff.
You have your short sword and a torch of Everburn that was given to you by Sylvania. That is all you have. You're in your knickers.
Well, actually, no. I have my necklace, even though I can't use it anymore.
Your necklace is. But aside from that, you have your.
I'm naked. Right.
You're in your knickers.
I forgot. I'm in my underpants. Well.
How tall is the ceiling?
The ceiling in here is about 30 feet up.
So I have 60 feet of dark vision. I can see the ceiling.
Yes.
Okay.
You can see the gray tones of the ceiling.
I can see the gray tones of the ceiling. Do I see any more stalagmite-looking thingies?
There are no more stalagmites on the ground. There are many stalactites on the roof. The way I always remember that is that stalactites have to hang tight to the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, there's many stalactites on the roof. And the roper that you had encountered had been hiding amongst them.
Yeah.
Also, the torches of Everburn, those give off dim light or bright light? Is it bright 20 and then dim light? After that, where is the torch? Yeah, so you can also actually see the roof in dim light, thanks to the torches of Everburn.
Cool. So can I roll perception to see if I see anything that may or may not look suspicious on the ceiling?
Sure.
I would like to assist him if I could.
Yeah, you can roll with advantage.
Because we're kind of paranoid at the moment.
25.
Oh. Yay. Right, I can still perceive things. I'm kind of good at that.
Yeah, being in your knickers does not inhibit your ability to see.
That's good. It inhibits other people's ability to see.
Yeah, they're trying to avert their eyes the whole time. So looking about, you do not see anything that indicates another enemy. And you're looking for like tentacles or anything like that. Any rocks that are moving, like any stalactites that are moving or anything like that. But you're not noting anything at this point.
Cool. So after Kay's thorough inspection of the ceiling, he's definitely going to venture deeper into the cave.
Okay.
As right now only Kay has a torch of Everburn, correct?
There was
Sylvania has the other.
Sylvania has the other one. As Annah passes me, I'm just gonna quickly tap her on the shoulder, and I'm going to cast light really quickly on her quarterstaff.
Okay.
I don't think she has dark vision
she does.
either.
Oh yeah, Anna brought everything but tools and instruments. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you tap her quarterstaff, and it lights up. Light gives the same light as a torch, 20 foot bright, 20 foot dim.
It is. I just had it up. So it is a 20 foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. Yeah.
Okay, so same as the torch. Got it.
Same as a torch.
And light's just a cantrip, right?
An hour. Yeah, it's just a cantrip, so I'll just keep tapping Anna over and over again.
Alrighty. So so at this point the party is venturing further into the cave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cautiously.
Okay.
I don't want to fight another rope. Okay, please stay close to the group.
Okay.
Kay is not being particularly cautious, but he's being observant.
Okay, and I'll get him.
He's using his perception roll to see if there's something that stands out, but he's not being like Kronk in Emperor's New Groove with his own stealth music, being like da 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 da. Yeah, he's not actively stealthing it, but he's trying to be observant, but he's not like being actively wary of everything he approaches.
Okay. I'll get everyone to roll me perception checks. So, okay, I'll get you to roll that for Sylvania as well.
I'm gonna roll seconds. There's Thales perception.
I'm on Kay's perception.
There's Anna's perception.
And that's persuasion. That's a different word.
He also double-clicked the perception. We'll take the first one.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So as the party is progressing through the cave, which is at this point actually being fairly well lit between Sylvania's torch, Kay's torch, Anna's quarterstaff, and Theo's bright and cheery personality. The party is progressing into the cave, and as you venture along, you do start to notice that there's quite a variety of bones that are laid about throughout the cavern. It does twist and come up. Like, you do find yourself walking on a bit of an incline for a little bit. And after probably about half an hour of walking, because with you, like, you're not moving at necessarily normal pace, because you are trying to be that little bit more observant, but not like sneaky. You do end up coming across your path forward is obstructed by a large metal door.
Oh.
And
Real quick, detect magic.
Kate, roll me a surge for that.
11.
Okay, so we don't explode. So you come across this big metal door, and there absolutely is magic on this door. The magic is evocation magic.
Oh boy. I share that with the group.
And as you had cast it as well, you can see a large number of green glowing runes spreading across the door as you approach.
Hey, because I know Kay's a hat in the front. Don't touch it, please.
Syl is going to immediately. Yeah, okay, this screams something up Syl's alley. Syl's gonna immediately freak out and be like, and start to like, pick her brain to see if any of these symbols are recognized or if they're like similar to her like blueprint, and she's gonna be like, are these the same? Or is these different? Do I recognize or know these symbols? Can we roll? I'm assuming Arcana to see if they're recognize the symbols that we're seeing.
I would also like to
roll
assist if I'm able to do that.
So
or something.
So for Sylvania, trying to see if these are the same as their blueprint, or like related at all to the blueprints. Roll me an investigation check for Sylvania.
18.
18. These runes are not the same that are written on the blueprint. These seem much more of a written language, whereas the runes that were on the blueprint seem much more like almost pictographic kind of thing. Hieroglyphic, I mean.
Yeah.
Sorry, Theo, what was it that you had said?
Can I do an Arcana check?
Arcana check for trying to find out what?
Well, actually, I guess I was gonna see if I was gonna be able to, if I recognize these runes.
Okay. What languages do you know?
Oh boy, the languages I know are Celestial, Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Sylvan.
You do not... You can't read it. I'm just checking through as I had forgotten to actually look at what people knew as languages.
So this is where, I think the entire party is probably going to be like, hey, does any of us recognize this?
Yeah.
Language, which would add Abyssal, Undercommon, and Gnomish to that list of words.
And
Also,
Goblin.
for Annah, Druidic and Goblin.
Okay. So currently no one in the party can read what it says. But that being said, Theo, roll me a history check.
I don't know these at all. 10.
10?
We sarcastically ask Joe Bias real quick to see if he recognizes these just in case.
He looks up and just like, I got no clue, man.
Cool.
He speaks Common and Elvish.
I mean, it just needed to make sure, because you never know. You're the
that's
DM.
fair.
You could have given us a perfectly useful NPC, and if we don't actually make use of them...
A perfectly usable NPC.
I have given you several perfectly useful NPCs. Gaunt was a perfectly useful NPC. He provided wonderful combat.
Bran was also an amazingly useful NPC, so like gotta check in with our NPCs from time to time, make sure that they're actually like worthwhile.
It sounded most passive aggressive thing ever.
Sorry, Kay's gotten used to this whole concept of people come and go, and some of them are useful and some of them aren't.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Gant was great. I got to learn how to navigate sewers because of him. Like, we're doing fine. There might be something we could learn from Jobias. We just haven't figured out what it is yet.
Well, you did figure out things from Jobias, like where the heck Gaunt surfaced from the water.
Yeah, see? So, little, kind of, sort of useful. Anyways,
so currently you don't, like here with your history check, you don't recognize the language. Like, you can't tell what language it is, but you do know that you've seen, like, maybe one of the characters before, so it's probably not, like, some ancient dead language.
Mm-hmm. It's recent. I just don't recognize it.
The door itself, while secured firmly in place, like fastened firmly in place, they do not appear to have been crafted specifically for this entry.
So they've been retrofitted.
Yes. So this isn't like you're in a dwarven tunnel and these like perfectly fits in the frames. It's been put in place.
Cool. So that thought is going to trigger two questions from Syl.
Okay.
First of which is going to be Syl's going to inspect the frame of the door, see if there are any openings, things we can glean from it, any like spaces, and I don't know, but I know Syl has tools if Syl has like lockpicking stuff, or if anything of that can be of use. I don't know, but Syl's gonna do a thorough inspection of the door to see if there's any clear opportunities to bypass this that aren't related necessarily to magic directly, or potentially are, but like see what our options are.
So roll me.
Real quick, before we do anything, because there is, I'm sensing, something that is of the class of evocation on this door, and if I remember correctly, evocation makes things go boom.
Cool. So
I swear the door does not say I prepared exploding runes this morning.
I'm remembering correctly, it makes things go boom. So, maybe we should, I don't, you know what? I'm gonna cast Liamon's tiny hut real quick. I'm just gonna stand a few feet back, and I'm just gonna take some time, and I'm gonna start ritual casting Liamon's tiny hut.
Okay, roll me a surge check.
And my hope is that,
If it explodes, your hut will protect you.
yes!
Well, the hut did not explode when you cast it, so...
The hut did not explode.
Alrighty, Sylvania, roll me a investigation check.
26.
26. Nice. So the door pulls, like, if the door were to open, it would open out towards you.
Okay.
There is not space on either side, but Sylvania getting up close and, like, where it's where it's connected to the wall, essentially, there is, like, small gap, like, maybe, like, the size of a quarter that shows that there is some more rock on the back side of this door, but does not go all the way across the back of the door. There is a chamber of some sort beyond this door. There are a couple of holes up towards the top that are a little bit bigger, maybe about the size of like a golf ball or something like that, but because Sylvania's on the ground, can't necessarily see if there's anything in through that.
Cool. Syl, as she is investigating the door, will actively be murmuring all of her observations at an audible level, because I imagine Syl talks to herself when she is tinkering. She'd be
Audible
like,
level, inaudible rate.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. She is very much pulling that talk. So we can all, if we choose to,
can hear
observe.
Yeah. Yeah. So Sylvania is making verbal mental notes of himself.
I still feel like I'm worried that when we open it, it's going to shoot a pillar of fire at us, you know? I haven't seen it, but I've heard of stuff happening like that when you enter places like this. You find a door, it's very magical, you go, oh, so you pick the lock, only to open it to have a pillar of fire flame your face, and then you're dead because you were caught on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
K is actively drawing on the floor in I'd imagine there's some dirt. It's not just like pure soil, there's dust or whatever. K is trying to draw on the looking back up at the door, drawing stuff on the ground to see if he can think of like a correlation between if he can use his plethora of knowledge with languages. He's like trying to cryptographically solve this, and he's kind of he's being like, he's pulling the. Fae folk are really stupid sometimes, but they like to mess with people by writing shit on walls in ciphers or like weird shenanigan stuff, because they're like, you can. They lock people in rooms sometimes, and they're like, you can get out if you can tell us this phrase, and uh, and they always give you a hint somewhere. Why? I don't know. The Fae people are crazy. Like, Kay is actively trying to like figure out this cryptographically in the dirt on the floor.
Okay.
It's a wonderful theory, Kay, but I think it's a modern language that probably just says something simple like "keep out" or "death ahead" or
Sure.
"no girls allowed." You know, that type of stuff.
Well, if it's that
initial.
Those zombies open inside.
Yeah.
Kay's
inside.
immediate response is going to be, well, if that's the case, why don't we just force it open?
Which I would do, except, again, if as I'm doing this as I'm ritual casting, I have Mage Hand, so if people would mind stepping inside the dome, actually, I just want to clear up that I would probably have backed up further into the cave and cast ritual cast.
So that the door isn't included inside your bubble?
It's not, like, right fucking next to the door. It would
Yeah.
be farther back.
Yeah, that's fine. I just due to size of map, that is where I've just placed your tokens. But yeah.
So if Syl is comfortable, I can try Mage Hand opening the door. If it opens like a regular door.
So everyone is hiding and hunkering down into your Leoman's tiny hut.
That's my current plan that I'm presenting to the group.
Okay. What is the group doing?
Anna's gonna I'm gonna take a quick look at Anna's stuff, and she's gonna go, you know what, Theo? Let's give it a try. And then that's my Anna voice, and then we'll go into it. Okay, Syl, does that sound like an idea to you?
Kay is over there in a corner trying to figure out how to see if he can translate this, because actually no, better yet, Kay is going to look around the walls for the room around the door, see if there's any other writings similar to this that could be found nearby, or if the door is the sole force. So he's gonna be like, wait a sec, I want to look for something. And Syl's going to be murmuring about the numerous other ways we could do this that may or may not be super efficient, like explosives or lockpicks or what have you.
Okay, give me a perception check as you're looking around for other rooms.
13. Dang, that's
the
terrible.
door is the sole location of these rooms.
Rip.
So is Sylvania joining Theo and Anna in the hut?
Syl would be backing away into the hut somewhat begrudgingly, because she's like, but there's so many other ways we could do this. Like, think about it, it's a scientific process, and we could do this so many different ways. Like, why do we have to do your, like...
Syl, I am down for all of those, except I'm afraid of something, and I know you are very, very capable and very experienced in this, but I'm a little scared of a possible big boom. Now, if this just ends up, casting daylight, then, we're all going to have a laugh. But just in case, there's a big boom.
Okay.
Hey,
Kay, are you joining
us in the dome?
Kay will, after investigating, will join in the dome.
I'll give you a little, if it doesn't work and whatnot, then we'll make a little rubbing of it, and you can solve it. Later. And I pat him on the head. And now I'm going to cast Mage Hand and try and open the door.
Mage Hand, is that a cantrip?
That's a cantrip.
Spiffy.
That's at will.
So you cast
It's only
mage.
30. Yeah.
Yes, your bubble would have to. I figured you'd have known that it's 30 feet, so you'd have had to keep your dome within 30 feet of the door.
Yeah.
But so you send the mage hand out, and it grasps onto the handle on this door and pulls. And just due to your studying and your knowledge of mage hand cannot. I believe it cannot pull more than 10 pounds.
It can't carry more than 10 pounds.
Mage hand. What was its push-pull abilities? Mage hand.
You can use the hand to manipulate, open an unlocked door or container, stow or retrieve an item from an open container, or pour the contents of a vial. You can move up the hand up 30 feet each time you use it.
The hand can't attack, activate magic items, or carry more than 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Odds or evens?
Let's go evens.
Evens? Okay. With your knowledge of just like what you can do with mage hand, you are finding that the door, with being the massive size it is, probably has a bit too much weight behind it to be pulled open by mage hand.
Wouldn't I know to do that before I cast ritual? My ritual cast my dome though. Okay. That was my hope. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, probably a bit more also my fault for not describing the door better. The door fills
That's
up the
okay.
majority of the entryway.
Yeah.
So, like, we're still talking like a 15-foot tall metal door.
Okay. Okay, it's a 15-foot tall, even though it has like hinges.
Yeah, it's got hinges, but it also, like, this thing looks like it's made to like be like a entryway guard door kind of thing. Like, this is a very sturdy metal door.
Okay. And I don't have my bag with me. Or I only have like... Oh no, I do have my bag with me. But I don't have anything useful in it.
Theo, you were armored, you brought your knife, your bag of diamonds, and your leather pouch.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all I have. What did Anna bring with her?
Everything but tools and instruments. So, no hammers, nails, and no flute.
I mean, Syl has everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does someone have a rope?
Both
Syl
Anna and Syl would have rope.
Yeah, Anna's got a grappling hook and a rope.
Syl also has lots of rope, so...
Alright then, well, I can lift a grappling hook with mage hands.
So
you want to attach the grappling hook to the door and then have us
attach it to a rope, attach the grappling hook to the door,
and then try and pull it open from a distance.
Turn the handle and then open the door.
The handles aren't like turn and open. The handles are like those like comes out up and then back in. Yeah, just like the C-shaped handles where it's a grab and pull.
We can still put a grappling hook on that handle.
100% you can fit a grappling hook on that handle.
All right, excellent. We'll do that instead.
Okay.
All right.
So you get the...
And then I guess...
You're easily able to take mage hand to carry that grappling hook, kind of loop it through the door, and then hook it back onto the ropes that you've got full loop around this handle.
Mm-hmm. And then I guess, should all of us pull on the door?
I mean, that would be the route to take.
All right, let's do that.
Okay, then I want everyone to give me a strength check.
Okay, this is Theo's strength check, because Theo's not very strong.
That was also a strength save. Those are strength saves. Try strength checks.
Damn it! Hang on. Let me redo that. That's my strength check. And
how does one roll for dog?
Dog would just be...
Dog would be under extras, wouldn't he?
His strength is 14, so just roll 1d20 plus 2.
Cool.
6.
So, Kay, Syl, and Dog are of no use in this grand attempt at trying to figure out what's happening here.
So I imagine that all of you are trying to stay inside the dome, and so you're kind of like awkwardly like kind of curving around, and you just have Kay and Sylvania at the end of the rope, kind of like pulling to the side, or just kind of pulling Annah and Theo over a little bit.
It's a 10-foot radius dome. There's a little bit of room.
A little bit of wiggle room. Let's see, 18. Between all of you, though, you are able to be pulling, and you do have the one door that you hooked it onto. You can hear the creak, and like it's taking quite a bit of force as you're pulling on this thing for this door to creak open. And Theo, upon seeing the door as it's kind of pulling open, you see kind of why you were having weren't able to pull it open with Mage Hand, as this door is about half a foot thick.
Oh boy.
But you all are able to pull on this door, get it open, and you've got a gap that you figure you're all easily able to fit through. And the door did not explode.
Well, that's one.
It's that moment where Kay is very much Kay, and
Theo puts his hand on Kay's shoulder.
And this is that moment where
Please no.
it's Kay is absolutely going to stick his metal arm through the door.
I was gonna send Stella, but okay. Let's do that.
This is Kay we're talking about. You opened a door. He wants to go.
So, Kay, you go and you stick your arm through the door, and nothing happens.
Cool. With this reassured bout of confidence, Kay is going to fully step into the room.
Is the rest of the party following along Kay, or?
I'm waiting a few minutes to hear a scream. And if I don't hear a scream in 2-3 minutes, then I'm fine, I'll follow through.
I'm reasonably sure that Syl has mounted Dog, and they are slowly following behind.
Okay. So, Kay, as you enter the room, this is what you see. So, right near the entrance here, you see the wreckage of a large boat. Or of a boat. It's not excessively large, probably about 20 feet longish. There are various statues and such scattered throughout the cavern, some broken, some not. You can see the broken remains of various wagons, carts, crates, and yes, even that boat. Bones lay scattered across the floor, piled up in some areas, some bones intact, most are broken or melted to various degrees.
Yep.
And pushed towards some of the outer walls appears to be most of the things that Gaunt had begun to hoard. Roll me a intelligence check. Or roll me a nature check. For anyone who's in the room and looking at these.
Alright, so...
I'll have Anna follow through.
Well, Kay rolled critical 20. So that puts him at 23. And...
Oh no! I'm sorry, Anna.
And
that one for you.
And Syl rolled a 22, or 18, which makes it a 22. So, with Syl and Kay leading the charge into this room where they see shiny objects and treasure.
So, between the two of you, you're able to kind of figure out, based off what you know of dragons, what you've heard of dragons in the past, and the fact that you had fought Gaunt, and Gaunt was a young black dragon, this is definitely the start. Like, he had started hoarding things.
It just hadn't
but he
gotten
hadn't
severely impressive yet.
He hadn't amassed a mass amount of wealth, and also just due to when you were at the kind of checking in with the bounty for Gaunt, the bounty had been initially put up a few weeks prior, but they figured that Gaunt had probably been, or you can figure Gaunt had probably been around over the course of maybe 2 or 3 months at most in this area, which resulted in him not having necessarily a colossal hoard, but he was definitely well on his way.
Cool.
So party is welcome to move into the room and take a look around at different things and see if... Oopsie. Wrong layer. Move that out of my way so I can see. There we go.
So, Kay was immediately attracted to stuff over here.
Okay.
Whereas Syl has started to investigate the boat.
Okay. Also, Syl is probably riding on Dog, so I'm just going to move Dog off. Dude.
Yeah.
Shunt Dog off to a corner. There we go. So, Kay,
yes.
as you run up and are looking at the... Because there are several chests... Actually, I need to pull up my original image of this so that I can see a little easier. Because I can't zoom in on D&D Beyond very well because it is a twit. Over Severity, images, maps. Where is Gaunt? There we go. Now I can see it clearly. Okay, so in there you can see a couple of chests. There's some banners on the floor as well. Which is the blue and the red. There is a golden chest off to your right, and then a chest that has the top kind of broken open directly in front of you.
Cool. Well, the first chest that Kay is going to open, because he is not insane, is he's going to open the broken one first, because that seems less like an active trap than the potential of the shiny gold chest, at least immediately.
Okay. Also,
It would appear that Annah has arrived.
Yep. Anna has arrived, so Anna can come on in. So that means welcome.
You have arrived.
You have arrived.
As we have entered the treasure room.
That's exciting.
They put a giant door in front of it and had evocation on it, so I overthought it. And I was afraid of Big Boom. But we got through the door.
You got through the door.
Right.
Though, unfortunately for Anna, as she walked into the room, she rolled a crit fail for nature check to see if things of interest in the room. So, while Kay and Syl beelined it to things of interest, Anna kind of...
Well, the nature check was to see how based off of what you're seeing in the room, how long has Gaunt been here? And Sylvania and not Nathan were able to figure it's probably been a few months at most that Gaunt is around. That being said, Kay, you walk up to this broken chest and you're like, I'm going to avoid the obvious trap potentially obvious trap of the golden chest right beside, and you grab onto the lid of this chest. And as you pull open and try and pull your hands back a little bit, your hands are kind of stuck. And looking at this chest, as you're where your fingers are kind of dug in, you can also see a row of teeth. And I would like you to roll initiative.
Of course. Of fucking course I did. Hey. Well, I found a mimic, everybody.
I love mimics. That's some good initiative, Kay.
Well, Well, I thought it was the broken chest, because
That is the broken chest.
Seemed like the not trap. Because I
We
didn't...
are fallen. Sorry.
See, but my gut, Kay's gut immediately says this mimic must be a little injured, at least, because part of his head is broken. But I digress. Well, Kay's initiative is great.
Okay, so let's jot down our initiatives here. We have Kay sitting up at the top of 22. Then we have Theo at 20. We have Anna and Sylvania, and let's see what our mimic rolls. Okay. Alrighty, so okay, it is your turn. Your hands are currently adhered to this mimic.
Well, that's a little awkward.
It technically you are considered quote unquote grappled. You can roll a strength check to try and pull away from that adhesive that is coating said mimic.
Sure, let's do that then. That was just a strength check, right?
Yeah.
Well, that didn't happen.
You pull, and this thing has your hands firmly stuck.
Cool. I can't use this right now, I don't think. I'm just double checking to make sure. I'm pretty sure I can only use my Amulet of Gaseous Form once a day?
Correct. Recharges at dawn.
Cool. Well, that's rather sad. If that's the case, there's not really a whole lot of shit I can do right now. Because both my hands are kind of stuck to this thing. Cool. Well, if that's the case, can I try to melee kick this stupid mimic because I'm grappled?
Yeah, give me a melee kick. So that'd just be, I guess, or unarmed strike. So
yeah.
1d20 plus strength.
I mean,
11.
Does an 11 hit?
11 does not hit.
Well, son of a bitch. Alright, well, I'm assuming that's my turn, because I'm grappled, apparently, to this mimic, so, woo.
Alrighty, that puts us on to Theo.
I'm guessing I heard make a noise.
Yes, I'm gonna say, Kay's going to scream, "Why the hell am I stuck to this chest? Why does it have teeth?" That's going to be his opening statement. So that everyone who's smarter than Kay, because I don't believe we've encountered a mimic ever.
We have not in this campaign.
So I'm reasonably certain Kay has never encountered a mimic in the Fae. Y'all might know about what this is. Kay does not. So Kay's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Just like you normally would.
Theo
Told
is
you
going
so.
to audibly sigh, like with the agony of a disgruntled parent.
Theo
Walk past
actively
Anna
saw this coming.
and go and see the mimic and go, "Have you learned nothing about running ahead and touching things you're not supposed to?" And then I'm just going to aim Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay.
And I miss the first one spectacularly because I'm pissed off.
Roll me a severity check on that. With the nat 1 on the Eldritch
Today
Blast.
is the day, apparently. I rolled a 12.
Roll me the damage on that Eldritch Blast.
Oh no.
That's gonna hit me.
What is
But
it? The
for
damage
severity,
on
you
the
roll a
Eldritch
D100, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's D100.
D100.
Oh, I thought you had rolled a D100. I just...
D20. Nope.
I was like, what are the odds of
It's an
you?
82.
Much better.
Much better. Okay, so we're no longer dealing damage to Kay's ass.
Okay, good.
You're about to Eldritch Blast a hole in his trousers.
Oh.
Oh, good. So, I mean, Kay would be wearing nothing then.
No, it wouldn't blow them off. You would have like one butt cheek just hanging out of these.
I mean, yes, but let's be perfectly honest. If that's what happens, Kay will just lose them. Kay would want, like, Kay would rather just wear nothing than be wearing uncomfortably singed undergarments.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm gonna take my second spell attack because Eldritch Blast fires twice.
Yep.
19.
Does hit.
That hits. And that is a D. 1d10 plus 2. I do 10 damage to it.
Nicely done. So you get that solid hit in on part of the chest.
Yeah.
Is that the rest of your turn?
Yeah, that's the rest of my turn. I'm just gonna stay. I'm not gonna get close to it because, you know, fucking K got fucking bit again. It's probably there's a fucking Oprah in the tunnel. There's probably more shit in here.
I did not get bit.
Yeah.
Let's be very clear. I stuck my hands in its mouth. Vastly different concepts.
Yeah, it's like the difference if Talia bites you versus you just take your hand, go into Talia's mouth.
Exactly. Again, I would like to call back that I sigh.
Audibly.
With an exasperated Carrie.
Anna, what are you doing? As you hear Kay confused.
Well, I want to follow Theo's lead, seeing Theo, pardon me, attacking this thing. Problem is, all of my spells that I prepared damage multiple people, and Kay can't get away, so I'm just gonna do a crummy cantrip, because I don't want infestation or something to get all over Kay.
I got a cantrip too, so
that's what I'm gonna do. Cast Firefly.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're moving first, so you're not trying to cast it through a boat.
Sorry, there is a boat there. My apologies. Yes, I will move. I guess just shimmy. If I stand here, I still have a decent line of sight of it, right?
Yeah.
With the mast here. Okay. Yeah. So let's just move up. Get closer to the action. So that was 26.
That absolutely hits.
Pretty stoked about that. And then 2 D8 now that I'm level 5.
Yep.
10 damage.
Another solid 10 damage on there.
Yes. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to, assuming there's some rocks around me, I'm just going to do my magic beetle and pick up a handful of rocks.
Yeah. I always imagine that it's like, rather than being just like swooping up rocks, you've got just like this collection of beetles in your fanny pack. You're like, I'm choosing you 3, and just like pull these ones out. It's like
the ladybug this time.
It's a water beetle.
Yeah, perfect.
That's a ladybug. Oh, that one's a cockroach. That one will do a lot of damage.
Oh, that's a good bug. That's a good bug.
And then, with my 3 beetles in hand, that's my turn.
Alrighty. That puts us on to Sylvania.
Cool.
Who was looking at a boat.
Was looking at a boat until hearing Kay scream. So Syl is going to I guess come to about here, because I believe Syl has reach on one of her weapons. Hold on.
Sylvania's lance has reach.
Yes.
Because
So
Sylvania's on top of Dog. Although
it's either 10 or 15, is it not?
It's 10. That being said, I do want to double check what weapon Sylvania has. Sylvania has her buff on her longsword, not her lance.
Cool.
So her lance is a strength check.
Cool. I mean, in that case, the sword doesn't have reach, though, so
correct.
So would have to get up close and personal, which is fine. So I'm playing another person's character. What do you want from me? Syl is going to ride dog up to the mimic, and then using their long sword, beat it
Try and attack.
aggressively.
Okay. So just with how the mount system works and with the things that Sylvania and I have discussed, essentially Sylvania uses her bonus action to command dog where to go. So Sylvania's telling dog to go up. And then Sylvania's held action is attack. So Sylvania uses the reaction on this turn to attack on arrival.
Sure.
Just so that way if Mimic does things that require reaction, Sylvania does not have one at the moment.
I mean, that's fine. That's probably what Syl would have done anyways.
Yeah.
So attack with long sword?
Yeah.
So that would be a 14?
Okay. That 14 just hits.
Cool.
And then that was 11 slashing damage.
Yes, because apparently it did all that work for me.
Woo! Okay.
How convenient.
So we got a 10, 10, and 11.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Anything else on Sylvania's turn?
I think that would be it for Syl's turn, would it not? Or can...
Oh yeah, because dog can't attack while being mounted. That is correct.
So
Alrighty.
that would be it for that turn right now.
Alright. Mimic's turn.
It's gonna hurt real bad.
So the Mimic has you grappled, so it has advantage on its attack. And so
it's
first...
very easy to hit me right now, too.
Yep. So it's going to try and lash at you with its tongue. It opens its mouth that bit further, and there's that purplish blue tongue that swings out and tries to hit you across the chest. That is going to be... you have what? That is a 24 to hit.
Yeah, its tongue is apparently has a lot more force behind it than Kay is really expecting right here.
Yeah, it's a tongue.
Yeah, at point blank range, how much force do you think a tongue has?
11 points of damage worth of force.
That's a lot.
Did you say 12 points of damage worth of force?
No, I said 11. 11 points of damage worth of force is how much
That's
it has.
so bad.
Yeah.
Catching us.
That's grand. Okay.
And the next thing it does is you kind of look as this pair of arms reaches up out of the maw of this thing as well, grabs and just brings up and slams you back on the ground. And that attack is a 20 to hit. Which is 8 points of bludgeoning damage. As this thing just grabbed you, picked you up, and then just dropped you on the ground.
His immediate response. Ow! Question.
Answer.
Because it picked me up and drops me on the ground, am I assuming I'm prone but no longer grappled?
No. You're not prone.
Okay. But, so I'm still stuck to its mouth with my...
Yes, your hands are still stuck to its mouth.
This is a very confusing visual image on how I'm taking this much damage.
So basically, you're holding the top lid of this thing's mouth.
Yes.
It opened its mouth, so your hands are now held up further. It then smacked you in the chest with its tongue, and then
that makes sense.
Then the arms were inside of its mouth, lifted you up, down. And then went aggressively slamming its mouth shut, bringing its arms down with you, and just bam, and just slamming. So basically, you're hitting the ground really hard. You're not prone, but you're it's not slamming you on your back or anything like that.
Fair enough.
If anything, it slammed you on your ass.
Well, it can't slam me on my back. My hands are still attached to the roof of its mouth.
Exactly, which is why it slammed you on your ass.
Cool. Well, that's grand.
That puts us up at the top of the list. Okay.
Cool. So I'm gonna use a strength check to see if I can detach my hands from this thing.
Okay.
And apparently I double-clicked, but I'm assuming an 8 doesn't get me out of it.
8 does not get you out of it.
Cool. In that case, because I am still stuck, and I don't think, just to double check, I can't use Misty Step to get out of being grappled, can I?
Just a second.
I mean, it's a teleport.
Yeah, it's a teleport.
It's a teleport. But it doesn't say whether or not I can or cannot get out of this scenario in this way, but...
I would say that yes. You could use Misty Step to get out of this. Because it is a straight teleport. It is basically removing you from existence in one location and putting you into an existence in another location. If this was like a dash, then I'd say no, because your body is trying to physically move. But in this case, it is a you were here and now you're here. Cool. So you could Misty Step out of this.
Alright, in that case, Kay, who's in pain, is gonna do something that's not very Kay-like and run away. So he's going to use Misty Step and move back here, and you're gonna make me roll for
Wild Surge.
Magic Surge. Wild Surge.
Yeah, which is 6. I
Did not
don't
explode.
surge.
And because it is a teleport, there is no attack of opportunity because you did not move out of its space, you just disappeared from its space.
Cool. So Kay has aggressively yeeted himself across the room. So I picture Kay, based on how he ended the last round, thrown on, kind of be sitting on the ground, sort of, and just being like this, and he poofs back and is sitting on the ground next to Theo and in front of Annah, being like, I believe that's my turn, or that's his
Bloody
turn.
are your hands.
I don't think bloody's the right word, because technically I didn't rip them off.
Your hands do have a little bit of goo on them. Clapping right now would probably be ill-advised.
Oh,
Yeah, it feels like, what's the best description? You know when you get crazy glue all over your fingers, or like children's craft glue, and there's just that layer of film on your fingers that's still kind of sticky? That's what I'm currently imagining Kay's hands are like, and he's like, he wants to close his hands, but at the same time he can feel that adhesive start to stick his skin together, and he's like, this is uncomfortable. This is not comfortable. And yeah, that's kind of, he's just gonna be looking at his hands in awe, because he used teleportation magic for, I think, the first time just here. So he's like, huh.
cool.
Alrighty, that puts us up to Theo.
As Kay, I guess, lands on his butt beside Theo is gonna look down and go, "What did we learn?" And is going to try and cast Guiding Bolt on the mimic.
Okay.
It's automatic at 3rd level because I'm a warlock.
Okay, roll me that surge chance.
First for the surge, roll that surge. It's a 7.
Do not explode. And it is a dex save for Guiding Bolt, or is it an attack roll for you?
It's an attack roll.
Okay.
And I rolled a 21.
Awesome.
That's definitely gonna hit.
That's 66.
Hot damn.
I do 24 points of damage to it.
Amazing.
Just
and
happened
then-
to our party. Oh my god.
And then, hang on. Makes a range attack. Thanks to the mystical dim light glittering, hang on. The next attack roll made against this target before the end of your turn has advantage. So Syl has advantage on her turn.
Alrighty, so that was
Or Syl,
Plus
or who's
20.
next? Anna, you have advantage.
Is it dead?
It is not dead.
Okay.
Um,
I'm surprised by that.
But Anna, you have advantage on your attack.
That's cool. Kay's out of the way, and I think I can do this with Syl there, so I'm actually not going to use these beetles yet. I'm going to aim a Frost Wasp at the kind of ass end of this chest here, this mimic.
Okay.
Which I think puts Syl okay for the 5-foot splash damage radius.
Yes, it would. If you dropped it right here, then Sylvania would not get hit by that 5-foot blast.
Right, so big old spell attack on him. It's a 17 to hit, which
That
I know
definitely
hits.
hits.
Yes. Okay. So it's, I believe, 1d. Oh, I need to, pardon me, check.
Roll
if
me
I
a surge. You do not surge.
Not surge.
Do not
thankfully.
surge.
Ooh. All right, 1d10. Ooh. So 8 damage, and then takes an additional 2d6 damage.
For the 2d6, does he have a dodge on that?
I don't think so. Let me double check. Each creature within 5 feet. Oh, sorry, he does. Must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. Pardon me.
Oh, okay. And what's the DC?
14.
14?
14. Got all excited.
He does succeed, so they take half damage? Is it? Or
I
is it
believe
no
it
damage?
takes nothing. It should be no damage, so he only takes 8.
Okay. You watch as like the Frostwall spurge out, and you just watch some of the shape of this chest just kind of like gelatinously like pull into itself. As these wasps now swarm up around where the nest had just crashed to the ground.
That sucks, but it is kind of awesome.
Is that the rest of your turn?
Yeah, that's the rest of my turn.
Okay, that puts us to Sylvania.
Is it looking hurt?
It was looking hurt when I first touched it because the top of its head is broken.
It's a mimic.
That's what it wants you to think.
I mean, it
It
doesn't.
wants you to think it hurts.
Syl's gonna look at it and go, I don't like you. I don't like what you stand for. You're in the way of me finding out about information that could be useful to my blueprints because there was, if I remember correctly, there was a person in town, Spellbook, would be willing to help Syl if we got book from in here somewhere.
Yes,
and
Batamir.
This chest is very much specifically in the way of Syl getting more information on her blueprint. She's very upset with this, and so I mean, I'm reasonably certain that actually, can Syl use? Wait, hold on. I need to double check this ability first.
Which one?
I was thinking of potentially doing Shocking Grasp because the mimic is right there.
It is a melee touch attack. It is not wearing armor of metal, so you don't have advantage on the attack. And it would deal 2d8 damage if you hit.
Yes, and yeah. So let's do it.
Okay.
That's what Syl's going to do. Which would be spell attack. Oh.
That is a nat 1. Roll me a severity on that.
That ripped that.
We're getting a few nat ones today.
We've also got a lot of
20s?
yeah, crit 20s on skill checks though.
I saw that.
That's a 43.
A 43. So Sylvania like slaps on that metal glove that has all electric nodes in the fingertips, reaches out and trips a little bit, not quite getting the hand on, but rather like hitting the edge of her elbow on the mimic. And as her elbow hits the mimic, she suddenly realizes the poor decision of touching said mimic as her elbow now adheres to the mimic's body.
Yeah, that was a life decision that I just made.
Kay is like, oh shit, I forgot about that.
It's screaming at you from beyond.
This is 100% my fault. But you know what? Syl is upset. It's fine.
Anything else on Sylvania's turn?
Syl gets 2 attack actions, does she not?
Yes, but that is only if you use a melee attack. Does not.
Fair enough. Nope, that's entirely fine. Carry on. In that case, well, Syl's elbow is kind of stuck to
the mimic.
To the mimic. So yeah, that's gonna be Syl's turn.
Alrighty. That puts us to the mimic, who now has a new body adhered to its face. Mimic is going to attempt to hit Sylvania with its tongue, which dog can give disadvantage to this attack if dog so chooses.
I think the dog would absolutely do that, yes.
Okay, so that first one misses. And the second attack... what is Sylvania's AC? AC is 21. Attack is 22. Sylvania does have reactions this turn. Sylvania can choose to use shield. Oh no, Sylvania used all her first spell slots.
Syl currently does not have any
spell slots.
So
that actually hits.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I actually hit Sylvania with a melee attack.
The only time this happens is when Syl isn't actually in control of Syl.
Technically, that one bandit archer shot Sylvania for 1 point of damage.
Oh yeah. That was also Kay's fault.
Always my fault. It's fine.
In a roundabout manner, yeah. That is 7 points of bludgeoning damage as this thing grabs Sylvania and just dragging Sylvania off of Dog and just slamming Sylvania to the ground.
Cool. That sucks. You also need to remove or deal damage because I cannot.
Yeah. Damage. That puts us to top of the order. Okay. You're sitting on your ass beside Theo.
I am. Do you know what? I'm also very incredibly useless as a functional individual. So Kay is going to use the last of his second level spell slots to summon a healing spirit directly in front of him.
Okay.
Of which he is then going to
roll for surge.
Well, yeah, I'm going to roll for surge, and then I'm going to pass through it.
Okay.
1d20.
Did not surge.
That was fine. So, yes, and then I'm going to be healed by 1d6.
Okay.
Because I'm going to move into the space where the spirit as it was placed.
Alrighty. And is that the entirety of your turn?
That will be yes, because I unfortunately whopping 2.
Woohoo!
But yeah, I can't. I don't have any beneficial actions with my current skills. So
okay, so that puts us to Theo.
I'm just seeing that Anna, you're behind me. Syl is now stuck to it. Theo's just gonna be like, oh, for fuck's sake. And he's going to fire Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
So, first Eldritch Blast misses. Second Eldritch Blast hits.
Definitely hits on that second one, so roll with that damage.
Does 8 damage.
Okay.
And then, how is Syl looking?
Syl's looking pretty good.
Syl's fine.
Okay.
Syl's fine.
Sylvania is more annoyed than anything.
Yeah.
How's Kay looking?
Like shit.
Kay looks like shit.
Kay is looking worse for
Kay
wear.
looks like shit. Bonus action, you, I'm gonna cast a D6 on you.
Bonus action, disapproving dad stare.
You get 1 HP.
Yes.
It is the distant from me dad stare of 1 HP.
I mean, I healed myself for 2. Like, conveniently, my spirit sticks around a little bit.
That's everything? Is that it's still up, I'm guessing?
Yes, the mimic is still up.
Okay, yeah, that's my turn.
Alrighty. Anna.
So I guess I'll take the rhino bighorned beetle that I pulled out of my pouch, and I'm gonna whip it in its maw.
Okay.
Hopefully.
This.
So it's a 19 to
That
19
definitely hits.
and then it's 1d6 plus 3 piercing damage. Oh,
That
I thought I would just add the damage.
No, you
Never
have to
mind.
click where it
Okay.
says Magic Beetle.
You click Magic Beetle.
Underneath where it had your roll, that's where you click Magic Beetle.
Oh, I see. All right. My mistake. 4 piercing damage. That's too bad.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty, so it is still alive. That puts us to Sylvania.
You know what's really sad is that it's a strength check to get off of this thing.
And Sylvania has a -1 to strength.
Yeah. I mean, Syl's gonna try anyways. But
That is a 1. Not a natural
Yeah.
1, but that is a 1. Sylvania is still very much stuck.
So Syl is assuredly stuck to this thing.
Yes.
Rather begrudgingly so.
Head bash it.
Actually, technically, would dog probably be here on account of Sylvania got pulled off of dog.
Yes.
So dog can attack if so choose.
Dog's going. A dog is probably going to attack. Maybe, I don't know. What would happen if can dog get stuck? We'll find out. I'm going to.
The dog can get stuck.
Uh-huh.
Poo.
So
It's adhesive. Cuckoo.
At this point, Syl's gonna be like, "Well, I'm still stuck with this glove on my hand." So Syl's gonna be like, just in for a penny, in for a pound moment, and going to try to shocking grasp it again because
Yeah.
Already stuck, might as well go more.
Exactly.
yes. What?
Damn it. Oh,
I have a question.
awful.
I have an answer.
Stuck to it. How can you miss when you were stuck to it?
It's very simple. The elbow is stuck, so Sylvania's trying to reach down to try and grab it, and just can't quite miss. And just gonna go boink.
Syl is just gonna be like, she's doing the hand motion, not the just the.
My fingers are too short.
And actually, just a second.
It's like when you're trying to reach behind something to like grab a cord or something, and you're like your hand is like either too big to fit, or you can't bend your arm that way.
Yeah. Actually, that being said, because Sylvania had tried to use a strength check, which takes the action, Sylvania would not be able to use shocking grasp.
Oh, yeah.
So Sylvania is not going to get into a worse situation because she wouldn't be able to
That's
shocking
fair.
grasp.
Out of curiosity, because I don't remember, can dog use their action to try and strength to pull Syl off of the mimic? Can another player assist in that, or a mount?
Just double checking.
You'd have to do a strength check, and then I think it would take like half his movement speed.
You can use or Sylvania can use their bonus action to give it the command dash, disengage, help, hide, or search. Help would give Sylvania give advantage on their next turn.
Okay.
That being said, just due to the fact that you are not used to utilizing dog, if you wanted to, we can. Actually, what was the? Like you could essentially you command dog to help, and then use Sylvania's reaction to, or have Sylvania hold action to, once dog is helping, try and pull off of this mimic, which would give you a chance to roll with advantage.
We'll do that next turn for sake of I've already done this.
Yeah.
I've already failed, but we'll say next or go about because yeah, dog is the concept.
Yep. It takes some getting used to utilizing the multiple components on the board. That being said, you could still use your bonus action to tell dog attack.
I could. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Let's let dog attack this mimic.
Okay. So that would be 1d4 plus...
Sil
or
just has
1d20
a dog.
plus.
Sil has a dog button. Do I just use that?
Yes.
I mean, I'm assuming a 21 hits.
21 definitely hits.
And so that's 6 force damage.
How is dog killing this mimic?
Hey, so
With force empowered rend is the attack.
cool. So what dog is going to do is dog is going to because we've already said Sil's elbow is attached at like that corner edge. So dog's just gonna come in from the side and like swipe at it with its paw, breaking through that top chunk corner of the chest, freeing Sil, and then forcing its paw downwards into whatever fleshy mass mimic is inside of it, and just completely wrecking what remains.
Alrighty. And so, dog just begins tearing into this thing, ripping it apart as Sylvania is now freed from the adhesive surface of this chest-like mimic. And the mimic is dead.
Yay!
Mill, you arrived just in time.
I love mimics.
Soon as combat is over, Theo is gonna reach. He's gonna grab his Tomb of Shadows. He's gonna flip it to the middle of the book. He's gonna wind up. He's gonna stand behind Kay, wind up, and like snaping Order of the Phoenix. He's gonna whack Kay on the head. And go, yeah,
with the book.
I whacked you on the head with the book. I'll send you the gift.
All right. In the meantime, that seems like an unarmed attack, unless that you should definitely do on Kay right now for shits and giggles.
My Tomb of Shadows is not very big right now.
I don't care. You should roll an unarmed attack to see if you actually hurt me, Jamie. So, Kate, it's the equivalent of being smacked upside the head.
Yeah.
But it doesn't hurt.
That it wasn't meant to hurt, Kay. It was just meant to chastise you.
I mean, that's fair. And then I'm going to take this opportunity to roll the last 1d6 so that my healing spirit can heal me, hopefully. Hey, that's a better number. So yeah, now I'm above half health.
So with the mimic slain, looking around, you do notice a few more things scattered throughout, and you've also moved forwards. Off to this side here, there is a large pile of mostly books sitting in a pool of acid.
Like destroyed?
The books on the top seem like they're more recent and not as damaged. Books that are near the bottom of the stack are kind of slowly dissolving in the pool of acid they're sitting in. Kay and Sylvania, with their previous high rolls on nature, can kind of deduce that that's probably what he was using as a bed. So he had basically just piled these things in, piled the acid, or like made a pool of acid, piled these things on, and was sleeping on top of it.
Cool. Sil, upon noticing the pile of books, freaks out because she's super worried about the books she agreed to get, and is going to rush over to see if she can see with dog. We're just gonna assume she mounted dog. Rush over to see if she can make note of the book that was described to her, or by the librarian dude, if I remember correctly. That
Batamir is not a librarian, but yes.
The guy that wants his book back because of reasons.
Yes.
I remember that much in detail.
Yes.
And so she's going to run over and see if she can hop onto the pile of books, because obviously there is a disparity between the bottom of the pool of acid and the books, because it is a mound.
Yes.
To see if she can find the book that is being looked for.
So roll me a perception check first before Sylvania tries to jump on.
Yes, that was the reason I moved here instead of onto the pile of death. Also, probably because Theo would kill me. This one.
So looking at the piles, like it's kind of hard to make out any in particular book, considering that some of them are open, flopped over, piled into various states. One thing that you can kind of see is this stack does not necessarily look stable.
Cool. Syl is going to flail and ask the party for help to find the book.
Well, real carefully, there was a bloody mimic just a few minutes ago. Let's take a few minutes and play the game. Is there more before we go looking for books?
So stab everything with a sword, see if it's a mimic button.
Syl is immediately going to start into a ramble, but I agreed to get the book because I need the book to help with my blueprint.
5 seconds. 5 minutes will not kill you. We are currently down here. We will definitely find the book. Let's make sure this cavern is safe before I have to fire another freaking guiding bolt again, because someone can't keep his hands to himself.
Syl is going to sarcastically take out her lance and start poking everything on this side of the room with a lance. She's gonna poke this chest, these pots, whatever this is. Gonna poke, shove it into this pile of gold here, whatever this is. Just gonna casually just tap everything, not hard, but tap everything with her lance.
She's doing it with a lance so she can react and move away. I'm gonna very quickly cast Detect Magic. Again.
Okay, roll me another surge check for Detect Magic.
I do not surge. Roll a 17.
So looking around with your Detect Magic on, while Sylvania goes and mockingly taps everything with the lance, you do note several pings of magic.
Oh.
As well as roll me a intelligence check with advantage.
Intelligence, you say?
13.
No, that's a 13. I'm
just
pretty angry right now.
You're pretty angry, but even angry aside, your schooling does remind you that Detect Magic cannot detect magical items through lead-lined boxes, and you do find a lead-lined box here that has markings on the surface. To which, once you decide to go and investigate that, we'll go over what the markings are. Beyond that, you do notice here there is an open stone chest, and there are various potions and scrolls within it. Some of the flasks looks like they've been broken and their contents had been spilled out, ruining some of the scrolls that are in there, but there are a few scrolls that are intact, as well as a few potions that are still solidly bottled. Over in this golden chest, you see or sense another ping of magic.
Mm-hmm.
Which Kay is definitely going to go towards that chest because he's super salty about this fucking mimic. And him making
Make sure
the
you
wrong
toss
choice.
a rock at it or something before you touch it. Don't touch it. Throw a rock at it first.
Yeah, there's magic in there, there's magic in here, and then there's the lead-lined box here.
So as Theo suggests, Kay's going
I will share it.
Yeah, I'm assuming Theo is sharing. I'm going to whip a rock from the floor, or whatever, at the side of the gold box to see if it tries to eat me.
Okay, roll me an attack roll, just for 1d20 plus strength, just for shits and giggles. Actually, this would be ranged attack, so 1d20 plus dex.
So 1d20 plus 2. Roll.
You bounce that rock nice and clean off like the center of the lid of this box. The box does not respond.
Perfect. Kay, now, because he saw this box and was very intrigued by it to the get-go, is gonna open it.
Okay. You walk up and you like open up this golden lid. The box, it's like once you've kind of opened up, you can see like the very thin like gold lining. So it's like wooden box with gold outline on it.
Yeah.
But inside the box, you see the hilt of a shattered sword and the bottom like inch of the blade, and there is a rune etched into that blade.
Kay is going to do the adult thing and be like, "There's a thing drawn on a broken sword. Help!
I'll come
Can
over.
I touch it? You're gonna get mad at me if I touch it."
Yep, I sure am. I'm coming over.
Kay is sarcastically bitter, but also understanding because he literally just got almost eaten by a treasure chest. So
Fair.
Speaking of, you get 3 more HP.
Oh, how kind.
I'm getting over being mad at you.
Because he listened.
Yeah. When you listen, you get heals. When you don't listen, you get 1 HP.
The disappointing dad stare of heals.
I'm gonna mage hand, and I'm gonna lift the sword so that it's eye level. I'm guessing it's not 10 pounds.
Correct.
Yeah, so I'm gonna lift it and take a look at the rune. Do I recognize it? Is it the same language that was written on the door?
It is not the same language that's written on the door. You would still have detect magic going at this point, and now having a bit closer of a look at this object, the sword is imbued with transmutation and enchantment magic. And looking at the rune itself, it seemed... actually, roll me an Arcana check.
Da, 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 da.
9.
I'm having an off day.
You're still annoyed at Kay. You're not entirely sure what... Like, you know that this is from enchantment magic.
Yeah.
Is what this rune is screaming at you, but you're not entirely sure what the rune itself is. Just off of first look.
Cool, but Kay's
It is
gonna
not.
ask.
It is not exploding in your mage hand either.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, it's not exploding.
So Kay's going to be like, "Can I pick up the pieces of?" Because I'm assuming the sword broke in the chest, so they're.
Nope. It is only the hilt and that first bit of the blade.
All right. Well, in that case, Kay's going to take the first bit of the blade. Is it the tip of the blade, or is it the blade that?
Hilt, the handle, and then the first bit
the
of the
handle
blade.
and that first bit. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So in that case, Kay is going to pick up this portion of the sword, the part of the sword that is present, and he's just going to put it into his bag.
Okay, as you grab the hilt of this sword, you hear a voice.
Oh, even better. Okay.
It's been long since I've been held. Who are you?
Kay is gonna out loud say, "Hi, I'm Kay."
And Kay's the only one who hears the voice at the moment.
Hey, you should maybe let me cast Identify on that real quick.
Let me
Hello.
ask the sword real quick. Sword,
Yes.
what are you? Or
I-
who are you?
Name. I cannot remember my name. It's been too long since I was whole.
Cool. Can I call you a nickname then, for now?
No, we
For-
should not be giving.
For now.
Wait.
Cool. I'm gonna call this broken sword Rue.
Called it what?
R-U-E.
Rue? Okay.
Okay. Who are you talking to?
Rue. Rue said hello. Kay is going to take the hilt and tap it on Theo's shoulder and see if Rue talks to Theo.
As soon as the hilt makes contact with your shoulder, Theo, you hear more. There's more of you. Are you also Kay?
Yeah, you look distraught. What's going on?
I have a talking sword! I like my talk.
No, thankfully, I am not also Kay. I am.
That's Theo.
There's a word for me right now, but you know.
You've also forgotten your name.
No, I have not. I know my name. It's Theo. I guess you could say I am the babysitter of the one who picked you up.
Babysitter. I'm not familiar with this term.
Are you familiar with the term baby?
Yes.
Okay, basically I take care
Do you
of
sit
the
on them?
baby.
Do you sit on them? You said
I used to-
babysitter. Do you sit on them?
No, I do not. I do not sit. Actually, no, I do not. No.
It's gonna be like, Sil, hold your breath. I think there's crazy gas in here.
As you just see Theo and Kay talking to nothing.
Oh, I'm so happy. This is gonna be a great
I'm going
side
to-
quest.
I'm going to just go. Kay, do you mind if I have a conversation with your sword a little later when we're not in a crazy death cave full of rovers and mimics
Sure.
and dark mantles?
Kay is going to go, hey Rue, we're kind of in a bad spot right now. We'll talk to you a little bit later and see if we can help.
Okay. I will
Be here.
be wherever
Yes.
I am put, I guess.
And Kay is going to put Rue in his bag.
You don't have your bag.
Right. Fine. Well, in that case, Rue is just going to be on my person's being held as
Roll
the
me
same as-
a perception check, Kay.
Put
Cool.
them in your pants.
I
Just
mean,
put them in your pants like you did that axe.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
just-
I could
I'm
roll
sure
a
Rue would
perception
real
check.
love that.
It's a 22.
Looking around at some of the, because there's various broken weaponry and stuff like that in the
Cool,
room as
is-
well.
is it-
You were able to
is
find
there
a scabbard that you can.
Perfect.
It's a little bit big for the tip of the blade, but you can get him into there and it'll hold relatively well.
Cool. I'm just going to assume that's part of this item that I'm calling Rue the Magical Sword.
Yeah.
It's broken, but yes.
I'm gonna walk over to Sil and Anna and go, we just found a talking sword, so... Yay! Kay is now holding a sentient sword. It's Christmas. Let's not go. Or whatever equates to Christmas in this world.
Oops.
So, for Anna and Sylvania, who have been standing over by this pile of books and kind of making strange looks over in Theo and Kay's general direction. What are you doing currently?
Well, I'm assuming since the books are slowly dissolving in acid and it's not like suddenly bubbling and sinking at a super alarming rate.
Yeah, you're not you're not in a rush. It's not a we have to get on there now.
Yeah, so then I think what I want to do is have Syl hop up there and like toss books to me and I'll catch them. But I think maybe if I can verify that this broken bunch of boxes or crates here is not a mimic, toss some beetles at it. Maybe we can use it to drag into the pile of acid, maybe about here, and it can be like a perch for Syl to stand on and toss me books.
Okay, most of that is a broken wagon, not a chest. You throw one of your beetles at it, and it does not turn into a mimic and try and eat your beetle.
All right, cool.
Sylvania had also stabbed it at least once with the lance, possibly twice.
For good measure. Okay.
Yeah.
So if it's a broken wagon, am I able to sort of? Is there like a wheel that I can kind of cart some of it? Is it even reasonable to get part of this in here, or is it totally disintegrated?
You've got parts of the end of the wagon. The wheels are long since shattered and will not roll. You could try to like drag chunks over to try and like make a little bridge across if you wanted to.
Yeah.
With the acid, yeah, you'd be able to get this kind of like propped up so it's not sitting in the acid, like your wagon chunk isn't sitting in the acid, it's sitting basically from this ledge of stone here onto the pile of books.
Yeah, even better then.
You could do that. As you're trying to get up there, though, I would get you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
All right, yeah, I'll give you that.
And if you actually, I'm assuming you and Sylvania would be doing this together.
I was hoping if Syl's okay with helping me move the wagon onto the.
Okay,
So,
then
as we've established, you're both small. But I'm pretty sure Syl's established her priority is finding the research for
Batamir.
Yeah, and this is to help her safely onto the books.
So then roll me a. You can pick which one of you wants to roll the dexterity saving throw with advantage.
My dexterity is 1. I'm not sure what Syl's is.
Syl has a +2 to dexterity.
Then let's give it to Syl, and I'll just assist her.
Okay.
Did you say saving throw or
dexterity saving throw?
Cool. This button.
16.
Ooh.
So you're able to bring like this like chunk of the floor of the wagon kind of over and get it propped up without knocking any of the books into the acid and without stepping into the acid yourself.
Okay. Bitchin'. Does it look like sturdy enough for Syl to safely climb on? Or is it like flexing a lot?
It looks like Sylvania could probably you or Sylvania could walk on it easily enough without it like shifting or flexing. Yourself, Dog would not be able to go onto it just because Dog weighs a fair bit and would probably cause things to shift.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm there just to like I imagine Syl in her sort of rush, even though we have time, is probably not going to do a thorough like, okay, this book. Like I imagine her just kind of tossing them to me.
Yeah, I can see that as.
However she acts, I just want to be there to grab books.
There, we have wagon pit.
I'm reasonably comfortable being like still popping on here and just starting to pick up and quickly toss books over towards Annah with like just quickly glancing. Yeah,
glance and then throw.
Yes, glancing and tossing. It's like probably not it. Probably like just quickly saying unlikely, maybe unlikely. Just like making a quick gut observation, reading if there is like a title on the outside of the book, and just like tossing stuff. But being cognizant of where the acid is into where she's picking up books to make sure she isn't like structurally damaging this pile so that she ends up sliding into the books.
Yeah. Okay.
Or into the acid.
as Sylvania is going up onto the pile, I would like one more dexterity saving throw. This one is not with advantage. And Cinder, please do not knock over my energy drink. That'd be a bad time for all of us, especially me.
That's a 14.
14? Okay. So Sylvania's able to get up onto the pile of books, and like it, as she steps, like a couple of the books shift, but she's able to like kind of like brace herself so she doesn't slide off and none of the books fall into the acid. Roll me a investigation as she's grabbing books and kind of tossing them over to Anna.
23.
23. So Sylvania's grabbing like the books that look like they're in the best condition first and tossing those over to Anna. And actually with the... Yeah, Sylvania's got easily enough strike to toss that. So as she's tossing books to Anna, Anna, I want you to make me a general dexterity saving throw as she's tossing books your way.
All right. I do want to mention that as I'm trying to catch books and stuff, if she's mumbling out loud, like, no, maybe, meh, I'm trying to categorize them based on what she's saying out loud.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 3. Crap.
No. Maybe.
So it's like, yeah, Savannah's like, probably not, tosses a book. Probably not, maybe, and tosses a book, and you're like, oh, I heard it maybe, and you look up just in time to get the book right to the forehead.
Yes. Do I catch it before it goes into the acid?
You do catch it before it goes into the acid.
Okay.
But yeah, Sylvania's tossing down a whole bunch of books, and you're just kind of like making little stacks of them based off of what Sylvania's saying, kind of like based off of like the condition of the books and stuff like that. And Sylvania tosses down a whole bunch of books, and you kind of remember like Batamir hadn't really given an apt description of the book, just that Gaunt had taken his book. So Sylvania's like kind of like flipping open and like keeps tossing and tosses down probably how many did I put here? Probably about 24 large books in various tomes before finally like eyes just brighten up as she lifts up a book and they're like and she's flipped open a couple pages and she can see a rune that she recognizes off of her blueprint. And Sylvania has obtained Batamir's journal.
Cool. So I'm gonna.
And at this point,
have to add that for Syl. But yeah.
And at this point as well, most of the like Sylvania's also passed over like almost all of the salvageable books. Like she was getting to the point where some of these were like kind of like half eaten by acid and just kind of tossed them aside, kind of thing.
Cool.
But you currently have stacks of about 24 large books and tomes, and then Batamir's journal.
So many books to take back. How's that even possible? There's water. Crap.
And well, I mean, they got here dry.
That's a good point.
Probably. Well.
Anyways, we can solve that later. But Syl's going to, now that she's like acquired
Batamir's journal.
Batamir's journal. She's gonna get off the precarious pile of books in acid. I'm assuming you're gonna want one more dexterity saving throw to get off that pile.
Yep, one last one.
7.
Sylvania's kind of trying to run off and like hops onto the plank, which the board that her foot lands on kind of gives way and her foot hits the acid. She is going to take 3 points of acid damage before like hopping up, like yanking her foot back and hopping onto the ground.
He's gonna do the Mario jump of the and up in midair after touching the acid, but like is relatively unscathed by it overall because the emotions of I've succeeded towards learning more about my blueprint. Haha. Yeah. Is just there's too much there's too much elation right now, so she's a little numb to that pain at the moment.
Okay.
So at this point, I think Theo's probably going to do some magic investigating of his own.
I was gonna wander over to watching them do their thing. Actually, I'm gonna take a quick scan of the books that they're as they're doing the thing where Syl was tossing them and Anna's like placing them. I'm gonna try and scan and see if I recognize like any of the titles of anything that seems useful.
Scanning over the books, roll me a investigation check.
Investigation. 11.
11.
I'm not doing very well.
Some of these books are written in languages that you don't speak. Some of them are written in common. Some of them are like textbooks. One of the ones you do recognize as a textbook that you use, like I had that back in college.
Oh hey.
And
I like pick it up and flip through it real quick.
that little bit of nostalgia as you get to the chapter on Golemology, and you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Candy.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, going through the
Hell of a drug.
it is. Yeah, going through the books, like there's some of them that are, like you're not seeing a lot in regards to like fluff rating. Like most of these seem much more along the lines of these are like research books of various sorts.
Yeah, I like research books too. So, I'm gonna put down that textbook then, and I'll wander over to the scrolls and potions. I will not touch them.
Okay.
I'm gonna, with Mage Hand, I'm gonna give the box a quick little shake, rattle it back and forth.
Some of the bottles like jingle against each other. The few like surviving bottles kind of jingle against each other as you shake the box.
Very carefully, and as long as I need to with Mage Hand, I'm going to go in and remove each scroll and each bottle individually.
Okay. You slowly remove each one. Are you removing the ones that are no longer completely intact as well, or just the ones that are intact?
Just the ones that are intact.
Okay. As you're pulling things out, you pull a total of 5 vials
Oh god.
out and 3 scrolls.
I'm going to place them in front of me, and since they're wrapping up on the thing that they're going to do, and I gotta call out a thing of don't forget the lead box, I'm going to ritual cast. How long does Identify take? I think Identify takes an hour.
I don't think it takes that long. One moment. Identify.
It takes 11 minutes. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to take 11 minutes, and I'm going to start casting Identify.
Okay. So as you go through each item,
Mm-hmm.
2 of the flasks that have a green liquid inside are not magical.
Yeah.
Roll me a... What would this be? This would be a... Roll me a medicine check.
No clue.
So you got 2 green vials of something. There are also 3...
Do they have a cork on them?
They do.
If I very carefully remove the cork and kind of waft the smell, like don't stick it directly under my nose, but like waft it, do they smell bitter? Do they smell acidic? Do they smell...
They smell very acidic.
That's probably dragon acid then, and I cork that again. That's my theory.
Okay.
So...
and then there are 3 very dark red, almost blood-like vials. Vial is understating. They're small bottles.
yeah.
And these are greater healing potions.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And of the three scrolls that were salvageable,
Yeah.
one. Oh, whoopsie, Herpeter. That was a potion, not a scroll. Well, it's a scroll now.
The scroll now. Yeah.
One. Well, you and I don't read my own fucking notes. One of them is a scroll of water walking.
Oh.
One is a scroll of silence. And one is a scroll of wall of force.
Okay. Cool beans. I will pick those up and I will rejoin the group where I guess they're working on the books. Then I'm gonna pass as I'm passing, like as I pass, because I'm going to probably as I pass either Kay, Dill, and Anna, I'm each just gonna be like greater healing potion, greater healing potion, greater healing potion.
Okay.
You give us all a greater healing potion?
I've picked up 3.
Where's yours?
Yeah.
I got cure wounds
Can't cast it if you're dead.
and healing light. Like if somebody wants to give me what, here's the thing: you don't have to use it on yourself.
True that. Thank you, Theo.
Yeah, pull it down to the gullet of whoever's gone down.
Exactly.
Is there anything else that you're doing at this point, Theo?
I'm gonna go. I see that Anna has moved herself to the corner, so I'm gonna go join Anna.
Okay. So Anna, as you're moseying about over in this corner, looking around, you can see. Roll me a investigation check.
That's a 7.
7? Okay. You can see that there is a pile of what he had started hoarding as gold and jewels.
Right.
And also in where was it? Oh, that was over in here. Okay. Yeah, you're able to. You're seeing the piles of like various gold and jewels that he had started kind of piling up as the beginning of his just like gold hoard. It from your look around the thing, it seemed like he had started organizing what he had been hoarding. But for the most part, over here in this top corner, you had like a small sack with some jewels in it, and then some gold and jewelry and stuff like that over in that area.
Okay. That's boring. I thought it wasn't going to be treasure, but like something, I don't know, different. Okay, well, I guess I'll just wait for the group then. I don't want to start packaging things.
It's just gold. Lame.
Okay, it's just some gems.
Yeah, but I figured this is where Joe Bias is going to pop out of the woodwork and be like, I believe we agreed on me having a portion of this treasure here because he's not currently present in this room.
Yeah,
and
I forgot
I'm pretty
to
sure
over.
the moment like someone finds gold, I feel like is when he's going to actually be a part of this space. He's gonna be like, I would like my cut, like very much. Not to roleplay him for the DM, but I feel like
well, he wants his cut of anything that you all bring back.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
Gold and all that is all well and good, but it's like okay, we get gold here, and I can take my cut of this gold. But if we find something that we're bringing back that we're going to sell for like a whole whack of money, he wants his cut of that too.
Well, of course.
So like right now, he's during this point he's probably been like rummaging around here, seeing if there's anything along here aside from the pile of bones and stuff like that.
Also, like to just side tangent, when Nathan said Joe Bias, my brain went Joe Biden, and now I'm just like I got.
Your head.
Like
The president of the United States is not in our party, Jamie.
You know what? He's Joe Biden now.
No, he's Tobias. That.
Nope, he's Joe Biden.
It's written
Alrighty.
down. It's
As the
I
party,
can't help what my brain does.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't.
so things of actually, I want everyone to roll me investigation checks as they're continuing perusing through the chambers.
significantly better.
Add to the line box I found earlier.
Like 21.
Both Kay and Syl rolled 14s, even though Syl has a +7 to investigation and Kay has a +0.
Yep.
That's what I rolled in that one.
Yeah, Theo's probably distracted by the lead box that you're like, oh yeah, I have to check the lead box.
Oh yeah, there's the lead box. That's probably booby trapped.
Anna, as you're perusing around, you do note over here a couple of things. One, as you're looking at the wall along here, you are seeing strips of gold running through the stonework.
Ah, yes.
And also, in here, you are seeing a crate that looks like it was once properly sealed, like completely sealed in. But the lid has since been pried off rather forcefully, and you can see claw marks along the side of the box. There is a large tapestry inside of it. Yeah, there is a large tapestry inside of the once sealed crate.
Guys, how often are tapestries cursed?
Can this sounds like a history check.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm trying to think if any of my time it's, if I heard of that.
So Syl rolled a 23 for her historical tapestry knowledge about cursed tapestries.
Tapestries are really inefficient to curse, mainly due to the fact that most people aren't going to bother like trying to rip up the tapestry. They're not, unless they're like a lizard folk named Swamp. But for the most part, most of the tapestries probably aren't cursed. Most of it's decorative.
Kay knows nothing about tapestries.
I'm gonna touch it! And then I wanna carefully pull out the tapestry and see what it's about and what's on it and whatnot.
The tapestry itself is in fairly good condition. Though you feel like the material it is made out of probably wouldn't handle too well in water. It is very, very ornately done. And it is... what was the person to do? It's a very regal looking fellow, and you've actually did I make note of who what the guys? No, I did not make note of this race. It looks like a human male, very regal. But not someone that you've seen. Though the tapestry itself does seem to be a very high quality. And probably expensive.
Biden, do you recognize this guy? I don't wave Tobias over.
Tobias comes on over and takes a look at the tapestry, and he's like, "What? You mean you have? I guess you're new in town. That's Lord Coravane. You know, the guy who, owns the city?"
No.
Yes, of course. Sorry, I had something in my eye. Cora vein?
Yeah, Lord Corvain.
Cora. Thank you. Vein.
Yeah, K-O-R-I-V-A-I-N. Corvain.
Sure. What do you make of this? Why do you think it would be in a dragon's hoard? Think it's worth anything?
If considering that it's in Gaunt's lair, and Gaunt was probably pillaged it off of someone traveling into Galanath, probably my guess is it was ordered. Looks too expensive for my taste, but probably worth something to... Kind of looks back and is like, probably to him.
Actually, I think that it needs to be returned to its rightful owner. For favors in the future.
Dude, and he kind of looks at you, it's like, do try and get some money for it, though.
Put in a good word or two. See what I can dish out to you. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to get it out of here, but I'm going to try and carefully roll it just up and
roll it back up.
Continue on.
Okay. Yeah, there's the gold vein on the wall.
Oh yeah, I would share with everyone the gold veins and whatnot.
Yeah.
Their existence.
And yes.
Question: is there anything like are there the remains of like tools or like old weapons that we could use as potentially tools to poke at the gold vein to remove the ore? I mean, makeshift mining tools are better than me trying to break my sword against it.
That's absolutely fair. Roll me an investigation check. As you're looking now specifically for anything tool-esque that you can use.
Well, Kay doesn't find anything.
Man, we are getting all the ones tonight.
And neither does Syl, for that matter. So...
Would you tell people that you're planning on trying to hit this? Because I think Anna would help you if she knows that you're trying to do something with the gold.
Kay actively looked at it and went, huh, I want to get that out.
Yeah.
But Kay's gonna look at his short sword and be like, but I like my short sword.
Okay.
And so I guess he's going to immediately go to the boat and only find fishing supplies. Or the remains in and thereof. That is my current assumption. DM, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
That seems pretty accurate.
In Syl's case, she's hasn't clued into the fact that you're looking into gold ore on the wall at all. She's very interested in whatever is over in this corner.
I'd be happy to help you try and help find something to hit the wall.
Alrighty. And actually, with you mentioning gold, Tobias is also going to take a look. Anna, with your 12, you do find like a kind of like a crooked crowbar. Like, I could probably take some chunks of rock off with this. Tobias kind of joins you over at the boat, Kay, and while you're finding a whole bunch of like nets and tackle and all that kind of stuff, he had found a pair of mining picks, and he's kind of like holds them up. Like, one of them's kind of rusty and a little bit bent, but it's like, these work.
And it's gonna be like, yes.
Hands one to you and takes the other one himself, and
then Kay is going to walk over to this one, and I'm assuming I'm going to strength check swinging this at the gold vein at least once for the purposes of simulation of mining, unless you have any other checks you'd like me to perform in this case.
Give me athletics.
You want athletics?
Checks for you and Tobias. Nat 20. You are in the... you're like, I want all of this. And you're in the prime of your, like... You just getting that rhythm where it's like, it's not wearing you down much. You just got that like, steady rhythm.
Hi ho. It's off to work I go.
Tobias is not doing as good as you, but he's chipping away chunks of rock that have little veins of gold in them.
You dig, 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 dig,
dig, dig,
dig, and work the whole day through.
You're not a dwarf, but you're digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole.
Dig with a shovel or a pick in a mine. In a mine.
Hey, you know that song
Shine. Yes, I do.
You know that song a lot better than I was expecting for
I sing Disney 24/7 in my head. Of course I know that song.
Fair enough. So K is going to proceed to
Wail away on the walls for a while. Okay.
Yep. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep digging to the surface and find us a way out so we don't have to go back through that crazy water. Who knows? It's Minecraft.
What is Sylvania up to?
Syl, as I previously decided, is casually investigating this kind of this wall area down here.
Yeah.
Just to see if there's anything of use or importance. Because like she has her books, so she's kind of like elated, but there's a lot of just different variety of stuff strewn about. Like, it looks like there's some spears and other things, so she's just going to rummage about and see if there's anything that she could potentially use to tinker with, or something that piques her curiosity in that space.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything. That's up to you.
Okay. Sylvania tinkering around, like, those are actually ballista bolts. And so it's like I just imagine like Sylvania like looking at the ballista bolts, then looking at dog and trying to calculate how they could turn dog into a ballista. Just like load ballista bolt down dog's throat and then just fire them out. It's like, could be possible, could be.
Yeah, but then Syl's going to be like, but also I want to turn dog into a bag of holding.
Yeah.
Ballista, bag of holding. Ballista, and that's kind of going to be, I think that's going to be a fair, that's going to be where her brain trails off for a little bit.
Yeah.
Is pros and cons of mouth being a bag of holding or
versus mouth being a ballista.
Ballista, both, and that's going to be the tangent that Syl works on.
Okay. Theo, what are you up to?
Theo's gonna go over to the last thing that pinged on Detect Magic.
Which was the lead line box? No.
Lead line box.
So is your look...
Well, okay,
or not lead line box, but this box.
Which box?
I thought it was this box.
Oh yeah, that's the lead line
box.
Yeah, that's the lead line box.
Yeah.
It was one that you noted
that objectively didn't have any.
It didn't ping, but you looked at the box and it was like, that's a lead line box. I'll actually come back and check that.
Okay.
So
is it locked?
It is.
That's what
and like looking. Pardon?
I've got a crowbar, Theo. I'll hand it to you.
You also have Syl nearby, which
who has Tinker's tools.
Yeah,
and
so you could probably your rock pick, rock pick, yeah,
locking picks
rock
as well.
Pick.
Rock pick.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's okay. Is doing rock picking.
Yeah, that's okay. Is rock picking. I'll just call it. Does anyone have a way to open up a box?
Syl's gonna break from her mental debate about potential dog modification uses and be like, I can help. I can do that. I have things. And she like rummages through her pack on dog to pull out
thieves'
I'm assuming
tools.
it's Tinker or thieves' tools, and she's like, I can do things, and she's going to join you. I'm assuming, obviously not on the acid part of this square.
Yeah,
but...
you're all safely standing there.
Yeah.
So get Sylvania to roll me a lock picking, which
is this sleight of hand?
Yes, but Sylvania has something. Gloves of Thievery. So it's a sleight of hand check. So it's dexterity plus proficiency plus 5. I think Sylvania may already have that set up in her character screen.
Oh, thieves' tools.
Yeah,
so and 29.
So gets that box open in a jiffy. Sylvania's just like, I can do this. Just like slides it in, tink, 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 and then pops the top of the lid open. And there's a second box inside.
You frighten me still. Just saying. And then is the second box? What's the second? Is it
Also lead lined.
The second box is not lead lined, but the second. I'm assuming that Theo, you'd probably be keeping detect magic going.
Yeah.
It pings with magic.
Okay. Yeah.
I
I will use Mage Hand and open the lid.
The lid is locked.
Of course it is.
But there's a phrase on the top. Also, it is abjuration magic.
Oh, okay.
There's a phrase on the top. And it's a riddle inscribed on its surface. To obtain that which I hold in my purse, be it gold or jewels or something cursed, there is a riddle you must answer first. What do you get when a canyon's reversed?
What do I get when a what is
A
reversed?
canyon is reversed.
A mountain.
And as you say a mountain, click, you hear the lid of the box open.
You just hear Anna like, no, yeah, like I'm taking the word backwards. Pronounce canyon backwards.
There's a story behind that.
And inside the box, you see a heavy book, an ink, or like a bottle of ink and a pen. The book and the ink themselves are mundane, though looking at them you can tell they're fairly high quality. The pen itself is magical, though, and is interwoven with both conjuration magic and transmutation magic.
Huh. I pick up the pen. I'm gonna reach down and I'm just gonna pick up the book and the pen, and while I'm holding the pen, I'm gonna start leafing through the book. Or I guess I should look at its cover. Is there anything interesting about its cover?
The book itself, it's a black leather cover, fairly good condition, and currently the book is empty.
Oh, good. I was worried that it was going to say to whose name is written in this book shall die. And,
This isn't Death Note.
Death Note.
It's the Necronomicon. Face comes screaming out.
But no, the book itself is empty. The pages are just blank white pages.
Huh. I will reach down. How's the bottle of ink?
Corked and sealed. It's full.
Okay.
And like as you like swish it around, like it does the thing that the ink does, where like it like covers where it had been clear and you had shaken it, and then just slowly sinks back into the rest of the pool.
Does the tip of the pen look like it's like? Is it like a quill? Is it like a
nib?
Like a nib. Okay. So I'm guessing it's got nothing on it. So
Correct.
I wonder. I'm gonna sit down, cross-legged. I'm gonna open up the ink bottle. I'm gonna dip the pen in the ink, and I'm just gonna draw a little smiley face in the book.
You have drawn a little smiley face in the book.
Not sure what this does, but this could be fun. And
Kay, out of curiosity, is going to take a little bit of a break from mining because he's been tired, and he's going to ask Theo the smartest thing he has ever asked anyone ever. Why don't you make note of the runes that were on the door in your book?
that's a good idea, actually. Probably not my Tomb of Shadows, but that is a good idea.
Well, which you picked up on. Was the Tomb of Shadows what you were writing in, or I thought you wrote the smiley face book?
There's an empty book, leather-bound book, and I drew a smiley face in the empty leather-bound book.
Yes.
So
Kay was just like, a pen and paper. This is the perfect opportunity for you to make note of another language.
Okay. Yeah. That is a good. I am very surprised and also very impressed, Kay. That is a good idea. already done it?
He was drawing it in the dirt. He's rather curious about this. There's like, apparently, Kay has a great interest in cryptography, which is why he speaks six languages currently. So, yes, I digress. Kay is going to share a piece of that momentary glint of wisdom, because apparently languages are something he's really interested in. And then he's going to casually go back to digging.
Okay. Yes, you have a magical pen.
Huh.
And a high-quality bottle of ink and paper.
Huh. Well, I'm curious as to what this does. Who wants a scroll of water walking? And I pick up and I hold up the scroll that I found.
I swim just fine.
Huh? What? You're fine? Do you want a scroll of silence? For when you're invisible?
That's actually a really good idea. Okay.
Yeah, you can
I
have a
will take
scroll of
that.
silence. Scroll of Wall of Force.
Sounds like Syl. She is a wall of force.
Yep. I'm going to pass the scroll of Wall of Force to Syl.
Okay.
Just because I picked up a lot of magical things and I feel like I should distribute.
So the Scroll of Wall of Force went to Syl.
Yeah.
Why am I putting it on there? So Scroll of Silence went to Annah. Scroll of Wall of Force went to Sylvania. Theo has a Scroll of Water Walking.
Yeah.
And then you have the 2 green vials, and then 1 greater healing potion went to each person.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just going to pass these. I'm actually gonna pass these.
I'm gonna casually metagame here and say, DM, you should. It would appear that Syl might be around. Or at least based on OG chat.
I did not see that because my taskbar was on a different window, but I have messaged that yes, Sylvania should join in.
I just wanted to quickly dive in because it might be just beneficial.
Oh no, absolutely. I just hadn't seen the message, so it's like absolutely. And actually, as Sylvania is now in here, know what that means it's time for? We're all singing Sylvania happy birthday. Happy birthday, to you. Happy birthday to you. We're awful at singing, but happy birthday to you.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Sylvania. How you doing?
I almost said Zoom.
That was so bad.
You did say Zoom at least once. It's fine.
I know.
This is the fun of the chaos. It's okay.
Happy birthdays.
Yep, happy birthday, Sylvania. That being said, we are going to take a quick break here. We know that Theo has to go off and rescue her husbando from the heat.
Yep.
So
He works in an old folks home for dementia patients, and they don't have AC.
It's awful.
all right, well, go rescue Joel. Go rescue Joel from the heat. We're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be back in like 10-ish minutes to wrap up what's going on in Gaunt Slayer. So we shall be back.
Yeah. I can get a Thursday.
Well, we cannot. So, bibbidi bobbidi boop, we are back. Oh god, my. Oh yeah, that's why. I'm just like, why the hell am I not where I should be? It's because I have the wrong camera set up now because Theo's Mia. There we go.
Because I destroyed Theo and took her spot.
Yeah, how dare you? And Theo took him back. Booyah! Alrighty. So as the party had kind of gone about, Theo had gotten the second box open and had found the pen, the book, and the ink. And the party is found a lot of what's in there. There's also like various statues and stuff like that. There's a large statue of a hand over here. What else was there weird in there? Various bodies and skeletons and stuff like that. Kay and Jobias had spent a bunch of time mining on the wall here where there was veins of gold. And the party now has the task of trying to figure out what they're taking out and how.
Wait, I've learned about statues. Statues in places like this often have secret openings. I wish to investigate the statues.
You go over and take a look at the statue. Roll me an investigation check. Nat 20. As you go and you take a look at the statue specifically the statue of the hand, you're looking for like a way to like make it open up like a hidden passage out through a wall or something like that. But as you're like looking around, it's like no, the statue was literally set here. It was not built in. But as you're rummaging about, you kind of put your hand on one, like on the thumb of it, and you're pushing down as you're leaning down to try and get a better look at like the base of it. And part of the thumb shifts, and the palm of the hand opens up a bit, and there is a large diamond in its palm.
Awesome.
Ooh. Can I tell how much this diamond is worth, approximately?
Roll me a investigation check.
Investigation, you said?
Yeah.
Another?
Another nat 20.
Wow.
Holy fuck. That is the 300 gold diamond.
Ooh.
Is that what it
What does
was?
Theo need for that spell?
Is diamonds worth 300 gold.
Awesome.
I'm just going to quietly shove this in my pocket, and I have a surprise for Theo later.
Okay.
And Roll20 has officially said happy birthday to me.
Yeah, roll 20 said happy birthday with double nat 20s. But yeah, so that you now know that statue hand has a hidden compartment in it as well.
I don't want to take this statue with me now.
No.
So as the party has found a whole bunch of things, what the question is now is how are you getting them out?
Have we found a way out that isn't going through the lake?
Not at current. I'm going to assume Kay has mined out everything he can from the vein.
Yeah, between you and Jobias, you two both mined out a large chunk of rock to the point where you weren't finding any more like nicks of gold in it.
Cool.
But there is now a large pile of rocks.
That we need to transport. Okay, cool. Anyways, Kay is going to use this moment to sit down and do his favorite thing of rolling survival and seeing if there are any notable drafts that might lead outwards from this, either in this cave or backtrack through the tiny hut, which I'm pretty sure still technically exists.
No, it does not, because Theo left the box. Theo left the hut.
Right. Fair enough. Or back towards that space, kind of explore to see if there's any drafts or airflow that might lead towards an exit that isn't
Through the water?
there.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh,
Just because we have a lot of very valuable, very fragile things that can't go out through the water.
roll me a survival check. There is not.
Well, that's inconvenient.
So you guys may have already discussed this before I popped in, so sorry if you have to repeat yourself. What's the ceiling situation in the layer here?
Stalactites is most of what's covering the roof. There was no more ropers. But yeah, the roof is mostly covered in stalactites.
Does there appear to be any sort of opening that's vast and leads up and maybe over, or is it all pretty much the same?
It seems pretty much the same. It seems like most of it is just encased in.
Okay, so like looking at the ceiling, I can't find
You're not
a
seeing
way to
like
scale it.
yeah, they're not seeing like a path outwards or like a hole that's going further up or anything like that.
So, all right. So the ceiling's a bust then, essentially.
So then the next question is, based on traveling down and back up, again, would the characters be having a general idea of how deep we are underground, generally speaking?
You can roll me a survival check.
Gotcha. Damn. Weird.
I like the other side of that survival check a
I know
lot
you
better.
Based on our current rolls, you're not
Do we want
sure.
to
You think that you're probably low. Actually, what does Tobias think?
I also want to get Theo in on this because this seems like something Theo would try to be cognizant of. May not be, but
Theo 17. You're still under the lake.
that's inconvenient.
Which also makes sense why Gaunt came and left through the lake all the time.
Yes. So Kay, being rather frustrated with his current scenario, is going to do the thing that he hasn't done in a long time and check if there's any nearby portals.
There is currently not. Currently, the people who have brought containers of sort include Theo, Sylvania, and Annah. Kay is currently in his knickers, which do not count as a container.
No. But I'm just going to ask the casual question of, would they be considered watertight anyways?
Your knickers? No.
The containers that we do have.
I don't think I have anything that spell-wise that is helpful in this situation at all. I think we might have to forego the things that can't survive the water, like this tapestry.
Kay's gonna go over to the boat and see if there are potentially any seafaring or watertight containers that could be present. Because I know the boat's kind of in a little bit of disrepair.
Yeah.
But I figure because it's on a boat, there might be a chance of there being something, a container that is more seaworthy or water resistant that we might be able to make leverage.
I have a wonderful, horrible idea.
Okay, roll me an investigation check, then we'll find out what Sylvania is planning to destroy.
Quick 20.
Looking through, there is no watertight containers on the boat. These sails are... Like, you do find some, like, bundled up sails that are... They're not watertight, but they would at least allow you to pile things on and transport multiple things at once. But unfortunately, as far as watertight containers go, there is not.
Okay.
Sylvania, what are you planning on destroying?
How many pieces is this boat in, and how long would it take me to fix it?
Roll me a investigation check.
You crit 20 again.
May I roll carpenter tools check?
Sure.
20.
30,
Non-
20.
Within the boat, there's massive chunks missing from the boat, and like judging based off of the other scrap wood that is in here, you don't think you could get it watertight enough to get it submerged. Even if you could get it back built, you couldn't submerge it and keep it watertight.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to pull a Pirates of the Caribbean.
This is not Davy Jones's boat. You cannot just like sink it.
Cool.
In the first Pirates of the Caribbean, they walk under the water with the boat for air.
Fair. Unfortunately, it is a very large boat and not enough to repair it.
Okay.
And actually, as people are looking in their stuff, seeing if there's anything that is usable, Anna, roll me a perception check.
18.
18. As you're digging through your bag, like you look over and you see Sylvania kind of like looking through their bag, like pulling out some stuff, and it's kind of wet. And you open up your bag and you're like, is this it? And you pull out like one of your like completely dry rations. You're like, no, that's not gonna help. And you pull out something else from your bag that's completely dry, and you're like, and you keep like pulling things out. And after a few things, like, I haven't done the water too. Why is all my stuff dry?
Theo? I think I have a magic bag here. Oh crap, Theo's not here. Damn it.
Theo kind of perks up and is like,
I went in the water, and I'm wet, and my bag went in the water, but the stuff in the bag is dry.
Theo looks at your bag and it's like, well, it's because it's magical.
Say what?
Oh, if this is one of the stupid, this is the thing that we didn't know what happened, the magic surge, isn't it?
Can you cast Identify? Wait, is that Syl or Theo?
I
can't
can
remember.
cast Identify.
Both Theo and Syl can cast it. Theo can ritual cast it, and I think Sylvania can as well.
Yes. I'll have to ritual cast it, because I have 0 spell slots.
So you sit there and you ritual cast Identify, and Anna's bag is a bag of holding.
No way!
And yes, the wild magic surge that you had when you were in the Shadowlands turned Anna's bag into a bag of fucking holding. And it has been this long. I've been trying to drop hints. It's like you should check your bag. Let's see. It's like all this kind of stuff. It's like, nope.
I'm very glad that I did not shove a bag of holding into your bag. That would have been bad.
Oh, that would be very bad.
Well, it's the other funny thing is like Anna's technically over carrying capacity, but because her bag is a bag of holding, it doesn't affect her.
That's awesome.
Well, I was about to say that I wish I had a bag of holding on me to, be able to put a lot of this stuff and not have it get wet, but, Anna, apparently you were holding out on me and you had a bag of holding all along.
Didn't know, I swear. It's news to me too. I don't know how this happened.
You have a bag of holding. You had this bag before I met you.
Well, I got it from an old lady in the village, and she wasn't magical, and I saw her knit the thing. I imagine it's kind of like a leather, but also like weird gypsy knit, because I don't know, Anna's weird like that. I don't know what to tell you, Syl.
I suddenly look at Theo, back at Anna.
The thing that baffles me right now is that the number of times Theo has casted
Detect magic.
Detect magic and has ignored the fact that you're magical.
Well, it's because Anna has other magical items, and so from Theo's perspective, it's always been cast detect magic and look at the surrounding environment. It's like, is there anything strange in around? But it's like Anna has magical things. That's fine.
Yeah,
and just never like cluing in of that wasn't magical before. If I remember correctly, the first time that Theo had cast detect magic, I had gotten Theo to roll a perception check to see if they noted that the bag was magical before. Or bag was not magical before, and failed that check.
We didn't know why.
And so, I never I just carried on with, this is the other things that you noted. So, I've been trying to drop casual hints to Mel of it's like your bag is magical. You bag of holding.
Blatant hint.
Yeah, it's just like, you know what?
Too subtlety.
Yeah, it's just like,
it doesn't matter.
It's like, I've got an easy way to do this. There is no watertight containers in this fucking room.
Well, if that's the case,
Now keep in mind the bag of holding do have a weight capacity.
Sure. What is it? And out of all of the stuff that we would like to put into Anna's bag, including the giant pile of gold and the pile of gold rocks and
still
the fancy
discern that?
tapestry.
The bag can hold up to 500 pounds. And including the stuff that Anna already has 144 pounds of stuff in there.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, I have a lot of stuff on my person as well, but I'm not over encumbered. So
yeah,
I mean, I probably would have been if I actually gave the dragon stuff weight, but that's technically not on me. None of it is.
Yeah, and even the dragon stuff, it was the kind of thing where you were leaving that on the cart. It wasn't something you were hauling around on your person. So
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you could very easily fit the tapestry and the books. That is 24 books though.
So we shove everything but the gold in the bag, then fill the rest of it with gold, and then shove as much gold as we can into everyone else's pockets, and then we go.
There's also, with your rolls, there is about 1,000 pounds of stone that has various gold seams.
Cool.
That is sitting here.
All right. So if that's the case, can we sort that pile into the objectively worthwhile rocks versus the might not be? Like it's just because there's definitely rocks in that pile that don't have a lot of gold ore in them, unless like Syl has the ability to refine the ore.
I was about to ask if I made like smithing tools or something, could I further get rid of use or like just rock and narrow it down so more of it is just gold?
You'd have to take the hour to change your tools over to the smithing tools.
Yep.
And
or alchemist tools, either of those, but I know if I could somehow just like extract as much gold as possible without as much rock.
Alchemy's tools, like realistically speaking, would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, since like the main purpose of alchemy was to make gold from not gold, it would make sense that I could pull gold out of a rock.
I'd say the blacksmith tools are going to be your best bet. And you can have a chance of, like, I'll get you to roll, and based on that, we'll see how much we can reduce the weight of just, like, how much stone you can break off and keeping as much gold as possible. But it won't be oh yeah, we got rid of all the rock, and here's all our gold.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to 100% it down here. No, that you need, like, a smithy. I just want to reduce the useless weight.
Yeah, you could definitely take an hour to change over to the smithing tools and reduce the amount of weight of the rock.
In the meantime, Kay is going to take the sails to make makeshift, like bags, because rock is, I mean, moving it is still going to be really inconvenient. But like, even if we're paying Jobias and the boat people, once this has been reduced, there will still be carryover. It's not all going to fit in the bag. So even if we have some heavy bags to transport or to drag with us, I think is still an okay problem to have.
Yeah. Alrighty, so
Kay is going to remind everyone that I'm pretty sure that one of the sharks is still alive down there, is it not?
One of the sharks was still alive, yes.
Everybody's full.
So Kay's just going to casually remind everyone that there still is an angry shark that we have to get past.
Fighting worked last time. Hopefully it's just not there. Quick question about this lead-lined chest here. How hefty was it? How big was it?
The chest itself was probably about it's way bigger on there than it actually is.
Okay.
Probably about 2 feet wide by about 1 foot deep, and about 1 foot 1 foot tall, one by 1 by 2.
Okay, because I think we should take that with us, and hopefully it can be reused as a lock riddle box.
Well, the riddle box was a box inside the lid line box.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But the
You want to take the riddle box anyways?
Well, yeah, just I think it'd be neat. So, like Theo or someone could store things in it and then lock it that way. If the party's cool with taking that, then.
I want to take the statue, but I don't think I'm going to find a weight capacity for it.
Sylvania, the weight of the statue of the hand is 250 pounds.
Is Dog able to drag it? Like, just drag it to the bottom of the lake, because then I have a way to get it out later.
I think Dog's drag weight is pretty substantial.
I don't remember how the rules for drag work.
Like 300 pounds usually? What is it?
You could
Dog has a
technically
strength of 14, if that helps.
you could technically drag it. I'm just checking something. Yeah, you can Dog can technically drag it with a strength of 14. That puts him at a +2. So that is. Let's see.
Yeah, Sylvania gets fixated on weird things. She got her book and she wants this hand. Everything else is extra.
Dog can technically drag 420 pounds, but would not be able to do that if Dog is carrying things. So Dog cannot carry his full capacity, which is 210, and drag the hand of 420. At that point, Dog would not be able to move.
Oh, I do have Dog near his carrying capacity. Because all I can really remove is my armor, shield. Yeah.
And also,
okay.
in the water, it'd be harder dragging as well. Because,
yeah,
lake.
I don't think I can pull that off. I wanted to bring it somewhere where I could just come back and use levitate to get it out of the water, but no, apparently that's not going to be a thing.
So it basically up to the party of like how you're wanting to try and disperse things. So to give a bit of note on weight, I wish I typed all these out properly. The books, you'd save 2 dozen books, is 48 pounds. The books themselves are 48 pounds. The tapestry's weight is about 10. The hand statue is 250. The diamond's weight is negligible. The gold vein will depend on your roll the smithing tools.
Right. As it stands, 1,000.
Yeah, as it sounds currently it's 1,000. And then the miscellaneous gold and jewels. That would be. So that is that. So 9. Would be an additional 120 pounds. so we got the... Yeah, currently, so we have the books is 48 pounds, tapestry is 10, hand statues 250, the gold rock is 1,000 pounds currently, and then the golden jewel is another 120.
Okay, so not including the gold ore. Actually, we're taking the statue out of that equation. Sorry, that's... I'm not even gonna fathom trying to get that out now. To do math.
No, the statue can stay.
Yeah, okay. 120.
So 178 pounds if you leave the statue and all the gold rock behind.
Alright, so 140. We got that. Even with my over encumbrance, what I should be, and all the gear that I have to offload. We can still fit the books, the tapestry, the miscellaneous golden jewels into the bag of holding.
Now I need to find out how much of the gold rock I can get rid of.
Plus the riddle box.
So if Mel... Well, the riddle box's weight is going to be negligible. It's going to be like a pound.
Okay.
But that being said, if Mel takes everything that was on that list, minus the hand statue and the gold rock, that leaves the bag of holding with 177.5 pounds of space.
Okay. Dog also has... Oh, why did I just close my calculator? No.
Dun 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 dun.
It was 70-something pounds of weight once I could, when I look at their carrying capacity and then remove the armor and stuff that I'm currently wearing. But either way, let's see how much I can reduce that rock.
Yeah, so roll me the carpenter's tool, or the blacksmithing tools.
26.
26.
Jeez.
Yes, I'm good at the tool thing. I have expertise in all of my tools. I just go.
Sylvania, the tool build.
Pretty much, yeah.
So you managed to knock off about 200 pounds of weight.
Okay, so we have more concentrated, but that's still 800 pounds of rock.
Yes.
Which I can take a bunch of, sort of. So can I fit the lead line box then into the bag of holding? No, because it's my tiny bag. Never mind. That's not going to fit inside.
You can fit the lead line box into the bag of holding, because bag of holding is a dimensional space.
Right, I'm just thinking, are you restricted by the mouth?
It's got a fair... You can expand the mouth that bit further.
Yeah, cool. All right, cool.
Yeah, so if you want to get that lead line box in there, you could, there'll be some things where it's like, no, you can't fit this in. No, you cannot fit the ship into your bag of holding. I'm sorry, it's not going to fit. But stuff like that box, you could easily fit in, because it's a one... On its end, it's a 1x1.
Yeah.
Box.
So let's do that. I feel like that'll be handy to have at our base. So I'm going to go ahead and add that if it's okay with you.
Okay.
Magical items.
Will take up some space. Or some weight.
Yeah, we'll put that box at 5 pounds for the lead line box.
Okay.
Is this the cannon that's in one piece?
It is a cannon in one piece.
Oh no.
How much does the cannon weigh?
Let me find out how much
Is
cannon
this
to weigh.
the end of this is the end of this session, is just prepping to drag all of our stuff?
Now that we've determined that yes, you have a bag of holding and you can fit a bunch, any of the this is sensitive to water thing in. Yes, we basically call it at this point, was to figure out how are we getting out?
Yeah, exactly.
How much does a cannon weigh?
So I can just wild shape fishy myself to get it all out to the shore.
Hey, you could fishy yourself. Get yourself to the shore, dump a bunch of it on the shore, come back, pick up more.
I got one use.
And then that boat could come back and help us?
Yeah, it would take time to do that because I can only wild shape one more time without a long rest.
Well, if one of us is willing to stay out here the night, camp with the stuff that we leave it on the shore, and then everyone else go back, find another boat that's specifically to help us ship all the stuff back, that might work.
I mean, well, with Theo and Kay could stay back because Theo could do tiny hut. So we have, and I could stay back to defend it, and then you guys could take the boat across.
Come back with another boat
Or something, yeah.
or something in the morning or what have you.
Well, there is also the fact that the boat has a net that could haul stuff up to said boat.
Yeah, that's the other thing. We do have that boat rented, and we still have to pay them. So like,
Well, you already paid them. You paid them 50 gold
it's true.
to drag all your asses out here. So that's already been paid for. They're waiting there until like late at night, and then it's like, if they haven't shown back up, well, they're probably all dead and going home.
Awesome.
You paid them to bring you out here and bring you back. You never paid them to, care about your survival.
Find the bodies. Yeah.
Or the stuff, yeah. So like, if that's the case, we should be able to leverage that.
Yep.
It's more of the dragging out the mined materials with like is probably going to be the stuff that might get lost along the way, or at least some of it might get lost along the way, but we can try our best. But all the fragile stuff gets put in your bag holding, we should be good.
Anna, did you not have any more polymorphs today? I forget.
I think I have. I used one as the octopus. Where am I in special? Oh, it's showing that I have 2 available, but I could have sworn I only had 1 available because I did wild shape to get down here.
Yeah,
as an
and
octopus.
I know why you have none of them marked. Because you had a short rest.
Oh, that's right. I would have got okay.
Yeah,
then
both your charges back after a short rest.
Right, so I can take this out, dump it, and I can come back and stay with the stuff if people want, or just take more stuff out.
So how are people wanting to get it out? Now knowing that Anna does in fact have polymorph.
I'll ferry it out, right?
Yeah, like take it up, dump out 1 bag worth on the shore, come back. You can grab
On shore or on the boat?
On the boat. I'll have them.
Oh, if
take
the boat is already
closer.
there, then you can just.
Yeah, the boat's just anchored above where you guys had gone in the first time.
Okay, yeah, take it to the boat, and then you can come back, grab a second batch.
Yes.
And then do that too, and then the rest of us will
make
How
the
are
trek
we
out.
getting back up to the boat?
You also have water breathing because water breathing lasts for 24 hours.
It does, yes.
Yeah, so we can just go back the way we came.
I did not swim.
You rode dog.
I mean, you rode dog on the bottom of the ocean floor, so you're gonna have to figure out. We're gonna either have to like attach you to one of the nets and reel you back up. That's actually likely what we're going to have to do, but that's still doable.
Okay, so what you're saying is I do not need to levitate up.
I mean, or you could, but like I don't.
Not until after a long rest.
Yeah, there isn't really a requirement for it, I don't think.
Right, so filling my bag.
The thing is that I was extra greedy when I did this, and I have a spell storing ring on me. So I could give myself back a spell slot, but only 1. And I could use that to bull's strength dog to double dog's carrying capacity, and then I think I could probably lug the rest of that gold. Like if we get rid of 1 bag of holding worth of gold, which was 500 pounds, I believe, then we only have 300 pounds left.
But if Anna's taking a first trip out, there will be give or take around 650 pounds of gold left.
Anna had there was 177 pounds minus the 5-pound box. What's 5-pound box? Yeah, 5-pound box.
Yeah,
So there's 170 pounds of rock that could go with the first trip.
Yeah, so there'd
be... I have about 230 left. Which if I double
130? 300 minus...
I thought that we had... Or 300 minus... Yeah, 200. Wait, no.
130
Yeah, that would be 170.
or 170. No, 130 because it's 170 approximately is space
170,
left.
so 130. Yeah, so Dog should be able to straight up just carry that, not even drag that if I double Dog's carry capacity.
So is the intent currently Mel or Annah
Yes.
transforms into fish to haul first load, dumps on ship. Although you only have 2 polymorphs per.
Swim back as Anna. Because
Okay.
everyone swam
there in the first place. Yeah.
That's bad. Yeah.
Everyone swam there.
I'll save my wild shapes, wild morph, whatever, to get stuff to the boat and offload it, and then I'll just swim back as me. I've already clicked one of them off, assuming that I'm turning into my octopus. I think I'm going to choose octopus because if the shark is there and it's chasing me for whatever reason, I can do that awesome dash move to get ahead of it.
Alrighty. So you pile as much stuff into that bag of holding as you can. Anna makes first trip to the ship, no problem. And you're able to, like, they're little, the boat's still there. They're like, oh, okay. As you like pop up, turn to Anna, just a sudden bag of holding just dumped on their floor, and then jump back in the water.
If I ask them to move their boat to the mouth of the cave, or like closer to where we're coming out, are they able to do that? Or, like, are they willing to unattach and move?
You paid them 50 gold. They're willing to pull up that anchor and move forward a bit.
Right now,
yeah.
I'm wondering if they should have charged us more for how much shit we just dumped on their boat.
A little bit.
Cool. Well, I thank them for that. I lead them to where I'm going to go down.
Well, and also 50 gold is probably more, like, the 50 gold you paid them to bring you out here is probably more than they would have caught, or more than they would have made from fishing for the full day anyway. So it's like, if they want us to move closer, sure, we'll fish a little closer. That's fine.
Sweet. Was there a shark as an octopus?
There was no shark.
Hell yeah. So I swim back as quick as I can without exhausting myself.
Yeah. Yeah, you're easily able to get back, fill up that bag again with the remaining rock. Sylvania, are you using your ring to cast Bull Strength on Dog?
Or a second level spell slot, and then cast Enhance Ability.
Okay, roll me a Surge.
No Surge.
No Surge? Okay, we don't explode on the tail end of this.
Right, so Dog's carrying capacity doubles, and he has advantage on strength checks for the next hour if that becomes relevant for some reason.
Okay, and I'm assuming that, like, Kay, you had been mentioning you cutting up the tarps to make bags, or cutting up the sail to make bags.
So it wasn't cutting up.
Or like
it was just repurposing. I don't think K1 is not gonna tear good material if he doesn't have to. It's more of, there's a giant sail here. How can I craftily fold this to make decent use of this as a carrying facility?
Yeah.
So I don't have like sewing. I don't have any of the things to actually repair this if I break it. So it's more like a very complicated fold.
Okay, roll me a sleight of hand as you're creatively folding this thing.
Hey, why are you wearing it as a cape?
You now have a toga. You're walking around in the cave waiting for Anna in a toga. Made of the sail that is still connected to the ship. So every once in a while you get to the end and just kind of like, can't turn around and go the other way.
That's awesome.
I have no words to describe. I was trying to fold this into something useful and practical and like detach it from a thing, and instead I got myself tangled into a toga.
Get on you.
Yeah, Anna, you show up at this case strutting around in a toga, connected to a ruined boat.
I like it.
Can you
Show some more
help?
ore.
Can you help get me detached from it?
Yeah. I pull out my dagger.
It's just from the
Well,
pole,
the
not
fire
the toga.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get K detached, and K, now that you're detached from the boat, you kind of untangle yourself from this toga. Give me another sleight of hand, K, to try and refold. Okay, you managed, now that you're no longer tangled in the toga, you're able to kind of fold it in a way to like get a bunch of the rock in, and you mount that onto dog.
Yeah, I figure just do it kind of like a standard, more or less a standard tarp procedure. You put rocks in the middle, and then you take the corners, you pull them in, and you like tie it. And then I'd attach, or like a knot, and then I'd attach that to dog with the rope that I know is on Sills.
Well, at this point, because it's carrying capacity, it just gets set onto the back of dog.
Sure,
Yeah.
that works.
So I'm specifically going to wait to cast. So I'm going to get dog to lay down. We set it on him. That's when I cast the spell, and then I'm pretty much like, dog, time to go, 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 because I only have an hour.
And so, what is dog's carrying capacity right now?
So it's 210. It would be 420.
Okay.
So it has 210. So minus the stuff I already have on it was 280 something, which I think is enough to carry the rest of the rocks. Remember we found out because we did 230.
130.
130. Yeah. So plenty of room for a dog to carry.
Yeah. So how much weight did dog have in total?
So with the 190. Oh wait, no, 130 plus the 140, so it's
270, and his carry capacity is what?
Is 420. Because normal carry capacity is 210, and I just doubled it.
Yeah.
Are you about to tell me I can shove that cannon on him?
No, you absolutely cannot shove the cannon on him. The cannon is far, far too heavy. Yeah, I looked it up, and it's like a cannon, like a fully assembled cannon, could weigh well over 1,000 pounds. You're not going to be able to take that cannon.
The cannon with me. I really want the cannon.
Yeah, I don't think dog can even drag that currently.
What if I put wheels on it?
I don't think you're going to drag it through the mud of the bottom of the lake.
Okay, yeah, just dog, let's go. I have given up on this cannon. I will remember it's here for when teleportation is a thing.
And so you're leaving the hand statue behind and taking all the rock.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the gold is worth more than my janky hand statue that I can just get built later.
Fair. Okay. So the party manages to haul out the remainder of the gold and the remainder of the stuff from the Gaunt Slayer that you were wanting to keep. Anna, you pop back up on deck again, once again, turning back into on and just thump your bag down. And you're able to hoist Theo and Kay up onto the boat. And then once they're both up, then have Sylvania basically latch onto the anchor with dog, and just the whole thing just... You can feel the boat kind of tip to the side a bit as they're like reeling up Kay, or reeling up dog and Sylvania.
And I definitely come up in that like Jack Sparrow pose where I'm just like holding on, just like, yep.
Just...
It's awesome.
And as you arrive back on the boat and are able to, like, evening's rolling in a little bit, and Jobias is sitting there. He's a bit tuckered out because he was mining the wall with Kay, and then also trying to haul some stuff. So as the boat starts heading back to town, that is where we're going to call tonight's session.
I'm so pleased we could get this all out.
I'm so pleased that we have a bag of holding that we haven't known about for the better part of half a year.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. We all weren't painfully observant. We
I've been
didn't
trying
actually...
to find a way to build a bag of holding, and you just had one on your back the whole time.
I'm not smart. Okay,
Well-
there, I said it.
I mean, it happens, I guess.
Yeah, I still want to build one, but
Oh, of course. You still want to turn dog into a bag of holding.
yes.
You should, because that's awesome.
And then worst case scenario, if we run into a Trask, I steal Anna's bag and do the epic sacrifice of ride in on dog, shove bag into dog's mouth, and take the Trask with me.
That's a cool way to go.
Except for the fact that Tarrasques regenerate ridiculous amounts, and it creates a, what, 10 by 10 crater?
No, everything within 10, all creatures within 10 feet of it get sucked into the ethereal plane with no saving throw. So me, dog, and the Tarrasque just all get sucked into the ethereal plane. The Tarrasque isn't dead, it's just no longer a problem for the material plane.
Yeah, any creature within 10 feet of the gate is sucked through to a random location in the astral plane. The gate then closes. That is a thing.
If an epic sacrifice ever becomes needed.
No, see, that... my mind now just goes back to the debate of, like, if you took, like, the portable hole arrow, where it's just, like, 2 portable holes in an arrow shaft, and on impact, it pushes... Like, they're split apart, but on impact, it pushes the one in the back into the one in the front, and it's just... It is the everything in 10 foot of this is gone arrow.
Well, I just have an idea for the world I created and a thing that has been outlawed for reasons.
I'll send that in the Discord. Portable... Yeah, the Arrowhead of Total Destruction is what it's dubbed. But we're going to call that tonight. Thank you very much to my players for joining. Once again, happy birthday to Sylvania.
Yeah, happy birthday.
And we'll be back in a week for Mel's campaign, where we get to find out what kind of fuckery is afoot as the party heads back towards the town that we were in a time loop in.
Yep. Hopefully this is still no time loop. Alright.
Alrighty. And bye.